Good morning, my children. I'm Smith Harrison, the announcer, and I have a special announcement. While I consider myself generally game to the crude humor and obscene language of this show, this episode has tested the limits of even my bawdy taste buds, and therefore, as all-powerful supreme being of this podcast, I will be censoring certain material which I find distasteful. And no, this has nothing to do with the well-publicized custody battle with my fifth wife, Michelle. Thank you. Live from a Rubik's Shroob, it's the Grandma's Virginity Podcast, episode 40. On this episode, Adventure Time creator Pendleton Ward stops by and opens up a heart hole.
Would you draw a picture, like put it in her locker?
Oh, yeah. I would do big, long flip books for this girl in junior high school.
The studio comes under siege when Justin is locked out.
Yeah, he's like trying to get in. This is what it's going to be like.
But we're actually getting a real interview done. We can't let him back in.
A hilariously complex new character is introduced.
Listen, all I know is I spend all of my time in this bathtub and then the water never comes out of it.
The return of Kent's closet and everyone else's disappointment.
Oh,
Kent, these stories get worse and worse.
what are you doing, Kent?
Plus, Mario, psychic abilities, listener email, and oh, so much more. So unplug your swollen folds and plug in your tiny flaps, because away we go.
Welcome to the Grandma's Virginity Podcast, episode number 40.
Big 4-0.
I'm your host, Justin Roiland. With me, as always, is the fabulous Ryan Ridley.
the fat Ryan Ridley.
And, of course, Jackie Buscarino.
Oh boy.
There she is. And then, of course, not of course, but also, we've got a couple of special people in the room.
Well, who are they, Justin?
Well, one of them is the coveted person. His name is Pendleton Ward, creator of Adventure Time. Hello.
There's a lot of ingredients.
I have
and
no
drops.
sound effects. We are we're dancing with a broken system here, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it recording?
Uh-oh.
Let's hope.
Justin without his sound effects.
Let me just say that we
It's like
literally just recorded like an hour of
Batman
material.
without
It's
his
all
utility.
gone.
Lost it all.
Well, why don't we just see this as a glass half full?
Let's not let that, drown our.
There was lots of things that, Penn came out of the closet. There's lots of things that
Probably for the best.
Yeah. Kent dropped an N-bomb. Why don't we, take it as a blessing that audio is gone into the abyss. Jackie told me she loved me.
Ew,
and then that
gross.
she lusted
You know what?
after me.
Stop
Can
it.
I just tell you something? I am never, ever. I want to just stop buying Apple. I want to just get. I need someone to help me. Help me if I. Oh. No, that's us. That's it. That's what we're doing now. That's not what I fucking have.
Yeah.
God damn you fucking scumbag computer.
Justin, can we...
Where's my episode?
The people listening
My week
aren't
has
aware
been,
of the context
My
involved
week
in
has
this.
been filled with fighting and struggling with computers and troubleshooting and tech support and literally all week. My fucking printer broke. I had to fucking throw it out. It's right there. There's my printer. There's my fucking favorite printer. Gone, done. Had to go buy a new one.
Love.
My car. There's a fucking car that doesn't work anymore. I have to go tomorrow morning. I have to take it to the fucking shop.
Baby.
Your own
look
body.
at the tears
Your own
falling
body
out of
is
my
turning
eyes.
against you, right?
All right, I've got first world problems.
Okay, so we have...
Must be nice.
Yeah, exactly. I wish the only thing I had to worry about was a lost hour and a half of a amazing podcast record. Because then I'd just be sitting pretty over here.
There are people in Iraq, Justin, whose
Afghanistan primarily now.
There are people in Afghanistan whose printers work perfectly fine, but they live in Afghanistan.
Listen, you don't
So
gotta,
have some perspective.
I've been reading a lot of articles about soldiers returning from Afghanistan who've had their nuts and penis completely blown off. And like
Really?
it is crazy.
Good Lord.
Okay, wait, hold on.
That's the least
Hold
funny
on,
thing
hold on,
I've
hold
ever
on.
heard.
Getting ahead of myself here. Let's not make this too sloppy an episode. So we have Pendleton Ward Creative Adventure Time. Say hello,
Don't
Penn.
you wanna-
There's a lot of ingredients in calm drops.
Well, that's
That's exactly what he said.
yeah. That was the first thing he said when we recorded
This is
earlier.
Groundhog
He's a pro.
So he gave us some calm drops.
There ain't
It's not
over the
cum
over the counter.
drops. It's calm.
Okay, so
and then we also have a gentleman by the name of Kent Osborne sitting in.
Yay,
Hi.
Uncle Kent.
Yay!
And your role on Adventure Time is
Head of story.
Head of story.
Let me make it very
la-di-da.
clear. Let me make it very clear that Penn and Kent are here in complete disassociation to the hit animated children's show Adventure Time. That is a total side issue that they're connected to that. They're not here for that.
Is this going to stand up in court?
We might.
Do you want to do a similar disclaimer for yourself?
Yeah, and also this show is in complete association with the Disney stuff and everything I do.
You're not gonna say it.
Yeah, you want to say
You're
it.
not gonna say the name of the show.
Well, let's make this very clear. Penn, you will talk about Adventure Time as long as we don't drop the C word.
What is that? What?
You know.
Caca.
So
There's a lot of nasty C words,
let's
come
keep
to think
real.
of it.
Yeah.
Let's keep
There's
it
almost
really.
you can actually build a whole castle out of just C words.
Yeah. If you told someone you can swear, but you can't use any other
anyways.
letters, but C, they
But
would have no problem.
they'd be fine. They'd live a healthy life of swearing.
They'd never run out of
And
words.
they'd be the most shocking person you know.
So now let's get this very clear before we embark on this podcast. Anyone who's familiar with this knows it's not child friendly. Ironically, we have
If you're-
75% of our listeners are under the age of 11.
Yeah.
Um,
If you're below the age of 17,
Penn-
turn it off and run
What is the-
to your parents' bedroom and wake them up and say, "Mommy and Daddy, I avoided listening to something that would have harmed me." So what's the question really? Get up on the mic.
I don't
there.
know. What's the question is we can either talk about Adventure Time or we can revel in the filth of our humor. Correct?
How about a little bit of both? But we'll just give exclaimers before, like.
Exclaimers.
No. But what were you about to ask, Penn? Because I've got a plethora of questions,
Okay.
and also have a whole dollop of questions for Kent too.
On top. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of the show. Can I just say that?
I am too.
I didn't say that in the mysterious
It's a great
lost
show.
record.
It's a great show.
It's managed to appeal to both
Wait,
children
we're talking
and adults.
about. Okay, fine.
Unlike this podcast, which only appeals to children.
Yep.
And kudos.
Kudos to you, my good
Hey,
friend.
thanks, guys.
So
Hats off.
So tell us, where were you when the show got picked up to series?
Oh man. Cut this segment. I don't want to do this again.
I don't either.
Well,
Well, it was such a good segue before.
it was.
Oh, wait.
It
Make
worked.
sure you cut this because I don't want to sound disappointed when you ask me that.
No, I
question.
know. No, it's fine. Listen, I'll just explain to the audience. As I said previously, we recorded an hour and a half of this
Nice.
fucking episode, only for my shitty
Which
computer
is
to
usually
erase
the
it
limit
all.
that Jackie will be willing to stay here
No.
for.
And we covered where Pin was when he. Let me just hit what we covered.
Sure.
So this is what you're never gonna hear. We found out where Pin was when his show went to series.
Because we were talking about how your show
we
is not
discussed how
picked up the
my
series.
show is not yet picked up the series, but we were announced the green light for pilot, and everyone keeps emailing me and calling me, and I have to keep saying, no, haha, don't congratulate me so quickly. I'm not yet picked up for series. And then Penn, we asked him where he went to series, and then we talked about the bar fight, and we talked about the
This is
drink and
boring.
draw. No, I mean, it's boring to us.
He's
but the
just doing
audience-
a recap.
And then, and we
In
laughed.
case there's any
and
callbacks.
There were characters and jokes
Oh,
and
there were
segments.
characters.
And then,
Let
you
it
know,
go, man. Let it.
I made
let
it
it go.
You're right,
Yeah.
you're right, you're right. He's
Recap
right.
This.
He's right.
We should just start from the top.
Let's start
Okay.
from the top. Here
All
we
right.
are. So fresh, clean, fresh and clean.
Yeah. So, are you happy?
Yeah, I'm great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
you
having a
happy?
great time.
Okay.
So tell us tell us about your humble beginnings, your family. What really?
Pendleton,
Now, I want to know what inspired you.
when was the first time you drew a picture?
Yeah, and I want to know what inspired you outside of media, not this artist or that artist, but who close to you on a personal level, in a family way, inspired you and molded you to be the creative mind that you have grown to be?
House of Cosby's was a big inspiration.
Well, that
for me.
doesn't count.
No, I don't believe that.
Yeah, I was stoked when I saw House
Wait a
of Cosby.
minute.
Really?
Wait a
You were
minute.
already famous when you saw that.
No.
Yeah.
No, that was in
What is
2005.
Fame, Jackie.
And what is House of Cosby?
Penn, do you feel that?
I dug it, man, when I first saw it.
Thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've been
Where were
riding
you?
that wave ever since.
I was at Cal Arts. I was in school.
Was it popular at Cal Arts? Were you
yeah,
passing it around?
Yeah, we were passing around the computer room. Just
Wow. Is Justin Roiland a star in the world of animation?
Come
think
on.
so.
No.
Shut up, Justin.
I'm gonna be like the guy who's a star that people. What's that group, that Hammer band, or it's like that heavy metal band, like Axe or Hammer?
Screwdriver?
No, it's like a heavy metal band. They did a
Anvil?
documentary.
Anvil.
It'll be like Anvil. It'll be like nobody know.
You never
the
quite make
documentary about me will be all these amazing people talking about me, but no one will know who the fuck I am.
Uh-huh. I think you're giving yourself too much credit.
I think you might be right. I think you might be right.
And is Penn? Are you famous? Do you feel the glory?
Curiosity, Cosby.
You're deflecting. Penn,
you see.
Penn, you're deflecting. He's asking you an honest question. We're
Theo.
gonna make Penn cry.
Rudy.
That's the caller.
Oh, here's a question.
I'm
Wait, no.
Bathtub Cosby.
Hold on, he didn't answer your other one.
I'm outsourcing all of my interviewing questions to our Facebook page.
All right.
Any voice? These voice actors you get, they're very famous people sometimes.
Who? Who have you got in?
Henry Rollins.
Jackie
Oh,
Briscoe.
Henry
Henry
Rollins.
Rollins.
He's
Oh,
great.
hey,
Yeah.
this is actually really good. Good.
Fun.
fucking- This is fresh soil to till.
Thank you. So, do you want to continue
Yeah.
derailing
So
it,
Henry
or-
Rollins. What's up with that guy? Is he cool? I like him.
He was super nice when he came in, and it was wild meeting him because I'm a nut for Henry Rollins
Flag?
for Black Flag. Yeah, and he said that people just hire him whenever they want him to someone who can scream really loud. And he comes in
That's amazing.
whenever they need anyone who's a big screamer.
Where does he live? Is he in?
He's in L.A.
He lives
Oh,
with
okay.
Danzig.
They're roommates?
Yeah. There's a whole comic book based on it.
Oh, that's not true.
It's
That's
true.
Now, let me ask you
Yeah.
something, Penn.
Oh, easy.
Justin,
Yeah.
let me ask you something, Penn. When you want a voice, is it because you're a fan of the person and then you contact them, or have you been having people contact you?
A couple people contact us, but usually we go after people who I'm fans of, like
Uh-huh.
everyone from the cast of TNG, Star Trek: Next Generation.
Brent Spiner.
Who's been on there?
Well, George Takei, who's from
Amazing.
classic Trek,
Amazing. He's the heart.
Ricardio?
He's the yeah, Ricardio.
Uh-huh.
and Michael Dorn, who's Worf.
Uh-huh. Who did he play?
He played a head, a Cyclops head.
Uh-huh.
He's like, I don't know.
Who's the most famous? Like
I have no idea.
famous,
The Cyclops
famous
head.
that's been on the show.
I guess MPH got a lot of hype. Neil Patrick Harris.
I have a question that's kind of similar, but a little bit better. In that, who is the
Excuse me.
biggest ego? Who is the biggest? Who felt they were the most famous
He's not
person?
gonna talk
Who
about
walked
that.
into the record and said, "I don't have to take any of this shit.
Nice.
Justin
I'm
Roiland.
a motherfucking
Hopscotch.
Justin.
famous person. Give me a drink. What do you want me to say? All right. Is that all right for you? What's the line?
Well, we're going to have to rewrite the character a bit, but...
What's the line?
Make it
I'm
work.
hungry. Okay, here it is. Was that clear enough?
Flap.
You, I'm out of here. Give me my fucking money. Son of a
Piece-
bitch.
And I'm...
So who was that?
And
Who did that?
I'm...
You sound just like him.
Who did that guy?
The person.
Justin Roiland he came in and did a voice
Is it complete ass?
recently, which was rad, man. He had a big ego, but he really he busted out. He really plussed this character called Lemon Grab.
Uh-huh. Let's hear a little bit.
Hey,
Smile.
you. Is that good enough for you?
Fish hooks,
What do
fish
you
hooks,
want?
fish hooks, fish hooks, fish hooks, fish hooks, fish hooks.
Wait, I'm not doing lemon grab though. I was doing a totally. Here's my promise to you, Penn. I'll never do the lemon grab voice and say a filthy word.
Here's the
my
funny thing.
guarantee.
Speaking
You
of...
just did it.
No. Hey, listen, don't blame me because all my voices sound the same. Hey, you can't put a guy
Hey,
down.
I got a good question for you, man.
Yeah.
Why can you never Oscar?
Yeah.
He never really lets loose like
Hey,
Lemon Grab does.
Yeah.
And you've got a lot of energy and
Believe
personality.
me, it's
Time for animation critique hour.
I think a lot of it has to do with just me showing up and being a good, like, I want to do. The character isn't that guy. Like, the character is very like he's not
you heard
crazy.
dial it back
But
a lot.
with that said, we just did an episode where he is kind of insane, and I was actually like about to say, like, are you sure this isn't too out of character for him? Like, this is nuts.
But
Like
even
a real prima
even
donna.
with your just sort of like stutterings and mutterings and like all that stuff is animation gold, I think, and we really you take advantage of it when you're doing Lemon Grab and you're ad-libbing.
Yeah.
I think
feel
it's
like
just the style of shows, though. Like, that's
well,
because
also it's the style of show.
Justin Roiland torn asunder in the middle of two shows.
No, it is. It's the
creative
style of
agendas.
show. It's the character and their fundamental sort of where they're coming from. But I would love to go a little bit more crazy. But I think it breaks. He's such a straight man, For him to start going, it's like unless there's some like story based reason for it, it's like if he eats a poison turd or something. I don't know.
Oh, we missed that story too.
No, we
where
tried.
Justin saw diarrhea at the Ren Fair. That was a good story.
Oh yeah, I would. Well,
we
I
don't-
want to derail.
let's not
Let's
break
not
the
derail.
flow.
We'll get into the Ren Fair in like a little
This is
bit.
boring.
I know.
No,
it's
this
not
inside the
She's like the kid at the board game who's like, I don't like this board game, and everyone's having
I do
fun.
not play
All right,
board
Jackie.
games.
Jackie,
What do you wanna talk about, Jackie?
Let's tear this mother open. What do you want to really ask?
I think we were on a
real
roll,
roll.
as they say in the
Yeah.
business.
I like the celebrity part about it, but have any celebrities contacted you now that the show's famous? And I know Justin
okay.
Timberlake contacted SpongeBob back, right? Didn't he? And was like really a huge fan of the show, but
Come on. I don't remember.
Scoot your
he
chair.
did. Like,
Oh,
has
okay.
Lady Gaga contacted you and said, like, I love
it's
Adventure
funny.
Time
It's
and I want to
funny
do a
because,
song?
Jesus Christ contacted me recently.
Has
to do
George
a
Zimmerman
YouTube
contacted
video.
you, saying, "I'd like to do a voice on
Pen?
Adventure Time before I go to jail"?
Anyone, Pen?
Somebody did.
James Baxter, who's a famous animator, contacted me.
That's awesome.
Who I was stoked to meet,
Uh-huh.
and he might do a piece of animation on it. But
Whoa. Whoa.
Stevie Wonder.
Bill
Yes.
Co-
Wow. Stevie Wonder's doing music for the next show. Cool.
What? Wait a
Wow.
minute. Wait a minute. What?
Cool.
I hear a mumble. That means it's confirmed. You heard it here first on the Grandma's Virginity podcast. Stevie Wonder, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
He's still alive. No. Have you? Okay, Penn. Here's an interesting question because I feel like the music world, like all my favorite bands and like that whole world of, touring and recording albums and being a rock star is so far from my grasp. It's so alien to me and distant, and I have no connections to it. Like, there's so many bands that I'm in love with that I feel like if I get a show on the air, maybe I could use it as an excuse to like meet these people and have them write a song or whatever. Have you sort of explored that or like played with that or used your show as a way to like meet any of your favorite musicians?
How are my favorite musicians?
Please don't say
Like
they
Neil
might
Young?
be giants.
Neil
I might
Young?
barf. Every
No,
animator
I mean
loves
the
They Might
first
Be
one of the
Giants.
first
Stan
people I
Bullock,
hired was Henry
Constantinople.
Rollins. I mean,
Yeah,
who
that's
I'm
right.
a fan
deal.
Of
yeah.
course, yeah, Henry Rollins.
And so I was, yeah, I was.
But
that
in
was wild.
a musical sense, like, because you didn't say Henry Rollins, I want you to like come in and like write a song. I want you to do a voice. Is there anyone that you were like? Because I'm like, mine's Mazzy Star. I'm like, I'm not gonna say, hey, Hope
I'm
Sandoval,
sure
come
you
in
could
and do a voice.
You could get her probably.
I
She's
mean-
playing small theaters up north. Like
She's such
for
a
$10
peach, though.
tickets.
She's such a little delicate rose.
We
Her
tried-
and
Don't
Lisa
be
Loeb.
mean. You'll
Her
break
and
her.
Lisa Loeb
No.
are probably best friends.
No.
You'll break her
No.
with your mean
We
talk.
tried to hire Joanna Newsom, and she was busy, and we tried to hire Tom Waits, and he said he was interested, and he liked the show. That's the response that I got, but it wasn't his thing, and so I've tried to hire musicians that I'm fans of, and
Yeah.
Weird Al
Uh,
came in.
yeah, Weird Al.
Weird
that
Al's
was
cool.
amazing. More
That's a good
people,
one.
more people from the show came down to meet Weird Al than any other celebrity. that
Weird
came
Al's a
down.
nice guy though. He's a great guy.
And does everybody come into the Burbank office to record the voice?
Usually, yeah.
So you don't have anybody doing the whole, I'm going to just ISDN it in.
No, there's plenty of that, too, if they're out of town.
Huh. Well, that's pretty nice, I gotta say. That's pretty nice. We have a question from our new person that's on the show.
Oh.
I think any Adventure Time questions y'all are going to ask me, I'm going to be straight up with you. My answer's going to be super boring.
Hello? I don't blame you.
Hello? That's why we got a new character he's going to ask
Hello?
questions.
Hi.
Hi. Who are you?
Hi. Hey, how's it going? My name's Mr. Bathtub. I'm in the bathtub right now, and I got a couple questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
I'm in the bathtub. Is
Wait,
that all right?
Are you permanently in a bathtub, or are you just temporarily in a bathtub? Because your name implies it might be a permanent.
I'm always in the bathtub, and I just got a couple of questions, if that's all right. I hope, is the audio all right?
It sounds like you're in a bathtub.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like you're in a bathtub.
Okay. I mean, I know it sounds a little weird because I'm over the internet, but you know, I just hope it's audible.
You're calling on Skype?
Yeah, I'm connected through the internet. I'm Mr. Bathtub.
Cosby number 6.
I got a couple of questions.
Yeah, that's true.
Bathtub
This
Cosby.
question for,
Sorry, go on, Beth.
this
Mr. Bathtub.
question's directed for Penn.
Okay.
What do you eat? What do you eat? What kind of food do you eat?
Lentil soup. I had lentil soup last night. In the morning, I'll just eat a bite of cheese before I get in my car.
Like a little mouse?
Oh, wow. Hey.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I believe there's a follow-up. What kind of cheese?
Yeah, what kind of cheese?
It's Gruyere.
What? Hey, I got a question for you. This next question is for Penn. How many hours do you sleep every night? Do you get an average of 8?
Mr. Bathtub's so practical.
Mr. Bathtub, are you checking out those gams in front of your face? What are you looking at?
I know. I went to see on the screen, and it's just.
Hey, listen! I'm trying to get my
He's
bathtub.
over Skype.
I'm trying to get my bathtub to run over here.
Wait, is that your...
I'm trying to get my bathtub to run, but it won't. The water won't come out, so I'm just laying in a dry bathtub over here. And I got a couple of questions for. This next one's for Kent.
Okay.
Kent.
Yes.
What kind of food do you eat? What do you eat? Like what kind of cereal? Wait. What's your favorite cereal in the morning?
He's mixing it up.
Cheerios.
Really?
Sure.
I hate Cheerios.
It's
not enough sugar.
Yeah.
I like anything with a lot of sugar in it. That's my personal thing.
Like Frosted Flakes?
No.
Well, Mr. Bathtub, have you ever fill a bathtub full of sugary cereal?
No.
Well,
you
seems
talking
like the next
about?
logical step.
So
All right.
wait, Mr. Bathtub.
Yeah.
You're in the bathtub trying to make it work.
Yeah, there's no water in
There's
here.
no water, but also your name is Mr. Bathtub.
Well, I spend a lot of time in the bathtub. It's who I am.
How much of the
It's
time?
my personality.
How much of the time would you say the water is running versus not running?
It's never running. I can never get this faucet to
So
work.
it's safe to say you could be easily called Mr. Empty Bathtub.
Yes. I mean, maybe.
Let's keep it simple.
Listen. All I know is I spend all of my time in this bathtub, and then the water never comes out of it. But hold on, wait. I have a question for Penn.
Yeah, Mr. Bathtub.
Penn, how often do you get your hair cut? Do you go like once a year or twice?
Yeah,
or
like
do you go a lot?
Well, once a year is good. I use a Flowbee.
What?
It's a vacuum device.
Who cuts your hair? Wait, you do it yourself?
Yeah, with a vacuum.
What does it cost you?
Oh, nothing. It's a
How much is a Flowbee?
Yes.
How much does it cost?
It's like $30 maybe.
$30 divided by how many times have you used it?
It'll be multiplied, Mr. Bathtub.
How many times did you use it? $30 divided by how many times have you
I
used it?
see. You're trying to get the cost.
I want to know what it costs.
Does it pay for itself?
Yes.
How many times have you used it?
3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times.
Are you lying?
When did you?
$10 a
Hold on.
haircut.
I'd never lie to Mr. Bathtub.
Listen. When did you first get the bathtub? I mean the Flowbee.
Like a couple years ago.
And what'd you do before that? Supercuts?
I go to
Floyd's?
not Floyd's.
Fun.
Floyd's.
Such a ripoff.
Too hip for me.
Fun.
That place.
Now, is it because they don't come to your house, or they don't let you take a
No, it's
bathtub
because
into their
of
shop?
fucking tattooed, pink-haired whores running around in their fucking bullshit ass.
Mr. Bathtub gets around.
Yeah, he does get out of the house.
I
Wait,
don't like
so
it.
wait, I don't understand. Do you actually leave the house in the bathtub, or?
Listen, I'll tell the truth. I'm in my basement in a bathtub. The bathtub isn't connected to any sort of plumbing.
Well, there's your problem.
But my doctor says it's a mental illness, but I expect water to come out of it. I just want to fill it up. I want it to work.
This is Smith Harrison, your announcer again. Just a heads up. I got really kind of lazy. I've got a mountain of other work to do that actually pays, so I didn't really do too well censoring this next upcoming part. After all, I didn't realize how many hours and hours of tape are involved in the editing process, so I didn't really even listen to the whole thing. It might be fine. I'm guessing it's not fine at all, but I wouldn't risk listening to it if I were you. It's entirely up to you, though, and it's your fault if you're offended beyond this point. You know, I get sleepy, and I didn't finish censoring. What can I say other than good luck?
All right, listen, I probably should go.
No, don't, please.
I'm starting to get self-conscious about this whole thing.
No.
Mr. Bathtub,
Listen,
wait,
hey, to answer your question, Sweeney Todd's is where I used to go.
Oh,
Is that a real place?
isn't that where the guy
yeah.
kills
Play?
people? Doesn't he kill
No,
people?
it's a real place.
How'd you
Where?
manage to
It's
survive?
on Hollywood.
Oh,
Los Feliz.
Hollywood.
Los Feliz. It's not Los
It's
Feliz.
a barbershop
Feliz
named after
Navidad.
the play.
Yeah,
Mr.
Feliz
Bathtub.
Navidad.
No, Los Feliz.
Mr.
You don't say Feliz.
What, you guys?
I'm
what's happening?
from here. I know how it's supposed to be pronounced.
So no, I'm from.
What's going on, Mr. Bathtub?
oh, I'm just thumbing my nuts. The scrotum. I'm just thumbing at my scrotum.
Any lumps?
No, there's no lumps in there, but it feels good when I thumb it.
Obviously.
Mr. Bathtub, are you naked?
Oh yeah, well, of course. Who's gonna lay in a bathtub with their clothes on?
Oh, that's
Do you
some
live
weirdo.
with anyone, Mr. Bathtub? Your
I live
parents?
with my parents.
Okay. Have you ever asked them to come just maybe bring buckets of water?
Come on,
Or run
Ryan.
a hose down?
Come on, Ryan. What? Don't patronize me.
Is that a yes?
No, of course not. I'm not. You're acting like I'm crazy. I gotta go. That's it. I'm out of here.
Bye, Miss
Bye.
Beth.
Wait, one last question for Pin. What?
His
Ben,
curiosity out
I'm
cancel
a
out his
huge
indignation.
fan. I'm a huge fan. I just want to know.
What's your favorite episode, Mr. Bathtub?
Oh, I really love them all. I mean, it's hard to choose.
But if you had to.
I don't want to get into details here because, you know, this is an adult program.
From the person who asks how many times a year you get your
But
haircut.
I do want to know, Penn, you know, this might be too personal a question, but I want to know, you know, how do I word this? How many times do you take a bath every month?
Or
finally. Do you like showers or baths?
I like showers.
Oh, wrong answer.
All right, and then my last question.
And his name is Mr. Bathtub.
My last question is, do you like to drink cum?
This isn't Mr. Bathtub.
Yeah.
This isn't the Mr. Bathtub that I know.
I think Mr. Bathtub was here, and then the line got cut off, and then Justin started doing an impression of Mr. Bathtub for that last question.
No, seriously. Do you like to drink cum?
It was such a good interview until that.
All right, listen, I
question.
gotta go. I just burned down the house. See ya.
So plenty of fire, ironically. Wait, I've got a
All right, wait,
question.
listen, hold on. I see Jackie's yawning. We got to be careful.
Sorry.
I
No,
know.
it's fine.
Jackie, do you have something you want to talk about?
No.
Are you sure?
Nobody wanted to talk about the soldiers who are getting their genitals blown off.
Well,
on mic,
I-
please,
I
Jackie.
mean,
Let's
That's
hear it.
tragic.
I'd like to hear about the soldiers
I
that get
mean-
their genitals blown off.
They
Wouldn't
come-
you, Kent?
Yeah.
I mean, if you could
give
make it
her
brief,
this one,
please.
There isn't much of a story. They
Well, let's hear it.
you know, they can't have kids anymore and stuff.
Okay, all right. The end. So Kent, let's talk to Kent for a second. We've got Kent here, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it just
He's
the
a hero.
genitals, or is it like legs and?
They're nuts, and they're but some of them have their legs.
Are
but
they
some of them
are they going?
amputees.
Are they like going like this to a bomb explosion?
Yeah.
No, the
Yeah,
way it
they
hits
asked
and the way the
for
shrapnel
it.
falls or
Wil-
blows up, it just
William
wipes
Hurt's
it.
character in
Wipes
The
off.
Big Chill.
Horrible.
That's what happened to him.
His nuts
was
got
Oh
in
blown.
gosh, I
Vietnam?
haven't seen that movie
Yeah,
in so
yeah.
long.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then, yeah, he's like,
Mr. Cooper from Mad Men had his nuts removed. Remember?
This
Oh,
is,
I don't know the season.
Spoiler!
yet.
Season 4.
Yeah.
Season 4.
Hey, this is
season
a
4.
Jackie-related question. If just some genitalia came back as a ghost from a soldier,
If who?
if a soldier's genitalia came
Okay.
back as a ghost,
In other words, if just the genitalia.
Yeah, if
Why-
it showed
why
up
would
by
that-
itself.
Yeah.
well, because
I'd
I
be
know that you
scared.
have a thing for ghosts.
But it was
Because
sentient.
what
I'm
the point is,
assuming, right?
the point Penn is trying to make, if I may, is that the human being himself is alive, but his genitals are dead, and
Yeah.
therefore there could be a ghost
Not
of just the
interested.
genitals.
All right, well, that's all I wanted to know.
That's
Wait, no, you're telling me
scary.
that if like a floating sort of
Wiener?
transparent blue
Wiener.
Yeah.
wiener and balls that were just perfect looking,
Yeah.
like the best one you've ever seen.
But it had like a purple heart, like
floated
hanging off
into
the.
your room.
not
Yeah,
a-
and a purple heart hanging up, and it floated into your room, and it kind of nuzzled up to your cheek and kind of woke you up, very, very sort of seductively,
And it saluted.
not aggressively, but it was
Yeah,
sort of
it
like
was still flaccid.
enough to
was in
almost
uniform.
like a little puppy would kind of like push on your
It'd
face,
be more
and
like a
you'd
little
wake up.
pet.
It was
I
like-
wouldn't want to.
it
But
did-
but then
this.
it always
Uh-huh.
it was a little pet, but then it always was sort of trying to move its way down into you know where.
I don't know about this.
I think you'd love it. It'd be the
No.
equivalent
But
of
it's
a
not a
living
no.
dildo. It'd be like a living dildo.
But if it was
it'd be
a
a- it'd
ghost
be a
that didn't have
undead
that,
dildo.
I'd still like that the soldier.
Yeah.
It's not about their genitals.
he could
it's
still
about
use his
their
tongue.
What
uniform.
about
What if the soldier was
Some
still alive,
TLC.
and he's taking you home? You're on a date with the soldier, the one who actually came back from the war,
Yeah.
Which war?
Afghanistan, Iraq. You're talking about
not oldsy timesies.
no.
This could be a
No,
stretch.
because let's not be ridiculous here.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's,
So he
let's-
comes
let's
back
be
from the war.
fucking
He's
serious.
handsome. He's strapping. He's got the uniform. Tons of money. He takes you out, wines you, dines you. You go back to your place, and you're making out on the couch. And then you reach in his pants, and he stops. He's like, "Listen, I have to let you know,
My penis and balls were
my
blown
penis
off.
and my genitalia is blown off. However, if we get a Ouija board out, I can summon." The apparition of my penis and balls,
And
Would
and
the
girl-
apparition be
Yes, it
centered
would- it
on
would-
him?
yeah,
it
yeah,
would like
yeah,
match
yeah,
up like
floating.
a puzzle
it'd be
piece.
kind of floating a little bit.
yeah,
You know?
Okay.
yeah. He
Okay.
can command it to like
Okay.
stay
Yeah.
right there.
Okay, yeah.
But every time you guys want to get down, like when you start making out and it gets steamy and hot,
Yeah.
he's like, hold on real quick, pulls out the Ouija board. Penis.
Cool.
So it takes
Yeah.
like 20 minutes.
Spirit
Board,
of my
soldiers.
wiener.
I'm down.
And by the time he gets it, he's like, all right, I'm ready. You're like, mood's kind of over.
You know,
Now I just want to play Sudoku.
I learned a new phrase. Do you
Uh-huh.
guys? I feel like such a grandma that I didn't know this, but do you know what DTF means?
Down,
Down
to fuck.
to fuck.
Why did I not know that my whole life?
Man, I knew that when I was fucking born. I
Where
came out
have
of my
I
mom's
been?
vagina and I was like,
Like,
yo, who's DTF? Yo, you motherfucker.
Oh, I learned that recently from Jersey Shore.
Oh, I've
Oh.
never seen Jersey Shore, but I didn't know that, and I love that.
You know,
phrase.
I kind of wish you still didn't
what?
know
No
that.
DTF?
Yes.
Why?
Because then I could say, hey, Jackie, are you DTF? And you'd go, yes. And
No,
not
I
know what it
wouldn't. I
means.
wouldn't
then you'd
say
have
yes
to
to
have
something
sex
I
with
didn't
him.
know.
Uh-huh.
Ew.
And then you'd have to fuck me, bitch.
Oh.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. I wouldn't want that.
Well,
And either would she.
what are you gonna do now that you know this phrase?
I just think it's interesting. That's all.
Do you
All
think
right.
it's true?
Listen, fuck it.
DTF.
DTF.
Hey, Penn, are you DTF?
No, what? No.
Only in some situations people are DTF.
Does that mean you're available?
No, it means like, hey, baby, are you DTF? Like, Kent, if I asked you, are you DTF? And you said yes, that means we're going to leave the room and go fuck.
Oh, yeah.
So you would have to say
Wait,
no.
do people say it in a bar? Like, do people? I mean, how does that come
I think
up?
it's more of a texting thing. I think it honestly, from my experience,
like
it's
LOL.
a joke. From my experience, it's ironic. But from these 14-year-old kids nowadays,
It's also
it's real.
It's also a third party thing. I don't think anyone ever goes, "I'm DTF." I think
right.
people go, "She's DTF."
yeah, that bitch is DTF.
Yeah.
All right, listen.
Oh, like
Can
they're
we?
on the prowl.
I've got my
I
sights.
thought it meant definitely too finicky. Like that girl's definitely too finicky. Don't
Can't
go over
trust me. She's DTF.
She's
All right, hubba hubba.
She's just
Knuckle
a
crack.
little bit
Wait,
finicky.
Kent. Let me explain what that acronym actually means.
Listen to me. I've got my sights set on a gentleman named Pin just texted me DTF right now.
No. What? No, I didn't.
I respond, fuck yeah.
Let me check.
Wait, was it DTF question mark?
Yeah,
Or is
yeah,
that-
yeah,
You
yeah.
mean? Oh.
Yeah.
It wasn't a mass.
And my response is maybe. My question is for our lovely show regular Kent Osborne. He mentioned before the record that he had some real juicy nuggets for us today. Kent's got a couple of juicy nuggets. Oh, real juicy. And I say,
look at Jackie. She's making a hand job sign. Oh no, what are you doing, Jackie?
she's
It's
like
a
eating one of
mushroom
those
going up
mushroom-
someone's bottom.
Oh, even better.
That's very specific.
Yeah.
So Kent's got a couple of things, and I think we should attach ourselves like leeches to his story that he's about to tell.
Yeah. Let us ride your
GTF.
back.
Not to put you
Like some Pierce City
GTF.
sea creature.
DTF story.
DTF.
It actually doesn't have anything
Kent
to do with
Osborne's
I don't think it
DTF
has anything to do with
stories.
DTFing.
All right.
Here we go.
This is so embarrassing.
Lead us
I can't
in.
believe I'm doing this. No. This happened, and one of the first things I thought, or actually while it was happening.
Wait, can I just say, this is a little bit like Kent's Closet Corner?
Except
What
it's
was
been
it?
rebranded
Kent's
as Kent's DTF.
Open the door, and what do you see? A dinner with John Stamos, or a hooker covered in pee. The mystery is part of the fun, cause you never know what you'll get when you open up that door of Kent's Closet.
What?
I'm saying Kent's Closet.
Oh.
Just kidding. It sort of morphed into something else. Sorry, Kent.
No,
please.
it's fine. But I did think about you guys while it was happening.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, finally something's happening that's like
Mama.
story.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. Here we are, y'all. Let's go. DTF. With Kent Osborne.
All right, let's dive in.
Okay. So, all right. Sorry. Okay, so I went out one night. It's terrible.
I like how it's
It was a dark and stormy night.
I ran into someone, and we hadn't seen each other in a while. He said, "Hey, remember that party I had?" And I was like, "Yeah."
And
he
I was
said,
DTF.
"Do you remember meeting this girl?" Blah blah blah. And I said, "Oh yeah, I think she has a boyfriend though." And he said, "Oh no, they're in the process of breaking up." And it's kind of they're they've been together a while. It's on and off, but
oh yeah.
but I think we should all like hang out, and you guys can get to know each other, and it doesn't have to be a date or
you
anything.
can put the nail in that coffin.
Wait, this is a friend who knew a girl who was
it's an
single.
an acquaintance. Who had people over, and I came over, and I met lots of cool people.
And this girl obviously said to the acquaintance, you know, I can't. I'm in a relationship now for now, but
If I wasn't,
I was like, oh, she's really cool, and he was
Oh,
like,
you-
oh,
okay.
she thinks you're cool, and I was like, oh, I'd be totally interested, and then, but he said, it's so whatever, it wasn't a date. That's all. So I
Okay,
went.
yeah.
So I went to meet him at. Oh my, I'm like yelling.
No, you're fine.
Okay, here.
You're fine.
Sorry.
You're all right. I'll let you know. I've got your.
Sorry, I went to.
Turn his levels down, Justin.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
So I went to, and I was kind of excited because I don't know. I've been, I don't know if it's the show or just getting older, but I haven't had sex in a while. I haven't like.
Wait, you're blaming the show?
What's
Is
a
that-
No,
while,
but
Ken?
I
What's
think
a
when I
while
first
for
came in, you
Ken?
guys were like, "Oh my god, you have all these crazy stories." But I
Oh,
think
Jesus.
it was more that I'm so old.
It was those
And-
rock and roll basic cable movie hosting days.
Ken, what is long for you for going without sex? Weren't you like a sex maniac or something? An addict?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So what?
how
What are
long
we
had
talking
it
about? How
been?
long?
Yeah.
A
Yeah, what's
week?
long for you, Billy?
Months?
A month? A week?
Months, many months.
6 months.
6 months?
A little more, probably more than 6
8 months.
12 months?
Jesus.
Less than 12, more than 12.
You know, I know you probably know exactly how many months.
bitches all the time.
Boys keep track of that type of thing.
No, he does it. Come on.
Whatever.
No, not when they hit a certain age. It's all becomes a
It's
blur.
irrelevant.
And because sometimes you have sex with someone, you're like the next day you're like that didn't count.
Yeah.
That right?
Yeah, of course. That happens to me every day.
How bad would that?
Just kidding.
Anyways,
Sex
no,
fee.
I mean, I'm not trying to be.
Men don't count.
Yeah.
No, he's right. He's right. That crazy transvestite homeless person doesn't count at all. Wiping it off of the list.
Because it was too easy. I didn't have to. I didn't have to.
He was passed out. She was passed out.
I didn't have to use any lines.
Her butthole was completely exposed. It was too easy. I tripped over my own foot, and in I was.
And
Doesn't count.
I was.
And then I ejaculated immediately. Doesn't count. I am pulling myself off and brushing myself off.
And I am
And
not
walking
erasing
home.
any of the hash marks on my bedroom
Yeah,
wall because
yeah.
it's still counting.
The last time I had sex
count.
was 4th of July, 2010. Still.
All the transvestite people between don't count. There's hundreds of them.
All right, so you
Right,
haven't had plain
so-
old heterosexual sex in a long
Right.
time.
I
Okay.
climbed off the tranny,
Yeah.
passed out, and I was like, I'm going to the meet this person.
Yeah.
No. So I went to the, so I go to the bar, and it's a group of people, and I sit down next to her, and it was great. Like she's really nice. Like she's, I'm not, like she's being a nice person, like talking and
Yeah.
and
Was
I-
she playing flirtatious games?
not flirtatious, but she's
She
just
was
like
she's
She's
being
just a nice person.
yeah, she
who's
was like
sweet
happy
and
and
chatty.
like, nice to talk to. Yeah,
she was
Yeah.
reciprocating his affections in a sort
Healthy
of,
way.
Very
healthy,
platonic, friendly way.
Yeah.
Continue.
And I'm like, this is great. Like this is really.
Was her boyfriend? This is
yeah,
nice.
he wasn't
Well,
there.
hey, don't let him
sorry.
let him lead the train here.
No, it's all good.
Let him be the horse and we're the cart.
So
so
they
to
had,
speak.
they had been there for since 7, and I got there late because I got there like around 9, and they were sorry.
It's all right. Hey, listen, don't.
Is it weird they were all just staring at you?
I
Ken?
know because until
Hey, keep going, baby. I'm beating it.
I'm not
I'm
looking at you, man.
I'm beating
Ken, have
it.
you heard
No,
this
I'm worried
story
about
yet?
my-
Was this the big
Go.
story around the office for a week?
Okay, come on. Let the man.
anyways, I'm making it way too long. Okay,
Yeah, come on.
So we're having a good time, and all of a sudden I see this other woman is staying there, and she's like staring at me, and I look up and I realize it's someone that I know. It's someone else that
Were
I know.
you at a hotel, some sex orgy place?
No, it was just a bar.
What bar?
I mean, I want to get into specifics because
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
I'm trying to keep it as
Whoa, this is gonna
well.
be good.
I just don't want. I mean, not that anyone would ever hear it. Who's
This
involved,
might just
but
be
I,
the best Kent's
it's
Closet
not even that
story
no,
ever.
it's, okay,
Get into it, man.
it was at a bar in my neighborhood.
Boy, oh boy,
Okay.
oh boy.
Okay, keep going.
Anyways,
Cha-Cha Lounge?
so I see this
whore.
other person that I know who's also someone that I had met like 6 months ago,
Huh?
and I was like, you're fucking beautiful, and she was like, ha, or whatever. That was like
But it never went anywhere.
right. I hadn't seen her.
But
in-
she's
So
there.
there's two women. if
So
I'm
this was
following
like
correctly.
basically what you're saying is you're at a bar with a potential, and
Yes.
there's another potential
yeah,
across the room.
suddenly standing there
You're
staring,
in a
staring
Betty and
at me.
Veronica
and
situation.
you're like, God
Yes.
damn it!
Were you equally attracted to them both?
Well, at that point,
The innocent Betty and
Yeah,
the
of course.
sexy, sultry
yes,
Veronica.
Yes. Yeah, and actually, yes, the girl
Yeah.
I'd gone to meet was like Betty, and the girl was.
Thank you.
Okay,
That's
all right,
brilliant.
okay, yeah. This guy, hey, we
Wait,
don't pay him
who
for
do I
nothing.
make the check out to? Anyways, okay, so I stand up and I'm like, hey, how's it going? And we like hug, and I'm thinking like, oh, she's now thinking that I like this.
You're
girl
fucking
or-
this one, and it's
Yeah, and
game over for her.
Yeah,
You got the job is to make them both think that you're still single.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Which is, and I'm like hugging her, but looking at the other one, like, isn't this crazy? Yeah. And she was like, whatever. She was like, hey, what's going on? So I sit down because I'm like, I'm not gonna, because the first girl is like on her phone, and I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, this-
Checking with her mother.
or what? Yeah,
No, texting her boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I'll be
Yeah.
home.
I'll be home
And
soon.
the other one is
Single.
But
no. The other one is
DTO.
Shit, I like eat shit. All right.
So, I felt creepy. Like I felt like I was being weird. So I sat down, and then we're talking again, and we like get into a rhythm, and they leave. Her and her friends like leave because they're going across the
Yeah,
street.
they get the fuck
Just
out of there.
Yeah. So we're talking, and all of a sudden she's like back. She comes back in, and she
Yeah.
sits down. And she says, "Will you take me home?"
Oh, she's telling you she
Take
wants to
me
fuck you,
home
dude.
tonight.
Yeah, and that's
fuck, man? This is. I know where this is going. This is going to the sultry sort of hustler, dear hustler. This is what happened to me, right? That's where we're
Okay,
going.
go
Okay, fine.
on.
Keep
So anyways.
going. All right.
But it's so weird. I'm like, okay, 6 months ago, she didn't seem like she liked me at all. And now,
But did you take me home because she's drunk, she threw up, or she wants to do it?
Right. Well, she's like, will you take me home? And I said, oh, I didn't drive here. I walked. And she said, well, will you walk me home?
Oh, dude, she's fucking giving you multiple options how to get her home.
Yeah. And I was like, and I looked at my friends who are all like, they're like paying the check.
Yeah. And you're like, yeah, why not?
So I
Please?
said, well, I was like, I'm leaving in 5 minutes. Like, my friends are leaving. I'm leaving in 5 minutes. I'll walk you home. She's like, well, can you stay like 15 minutes? What? And I was like,
stay 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, Group A
is leaving.
Yeah,
they're writing the check. The good girl, they're done.
And this is when she says, "Will you walk me home?" And then her friends were staying there too, and her friends were like looking at me, and they were like, "So we're good. You got her. You're like she's gonna be fine." And that's the first time I realized
as fine as she can be.
Well, that's when I realized I was like, "Oh, she's drunk. She's really drunk." And she needs someone to.
So it's not like I want to fuck you. It's like, will you please seriously, like a big brother, look after me?
No,
we don't know yet. He needs to tell the story.
Okay, fine. Go.
Everyone, quiet.
Unhinge yourself and let him.
Justin, shut up.
Okay.
But maybe I'll say something.
So, anyways, that was the first time I realized she was drunk, and I was like, oh, I get it. And then her friends were like, so you're good? And I was like, yeah, I'll make sure I know where she lives because she lives in the neighborhood.
Make sure her pussy gets nice and fucking filled with my dick.
Anyway, so the friends I went there to meet left, and then I said, well, let's go. And she said, well, let's go across the street to see this band. And I said, I have to go home. And there's like, we were doing a record the next day, and I was like, I have to get up early because I get up early to walk around the reservoir these days. And
what?
Anyways.
Why are you acting like a woman?
What do you mean?
Why aren't you saying,
why
listen,
are you
girl?
exercising in the morning, bro?
Because I wanted to go home and go to bed.
Okay.
And at this point, I know she doesn't like me.
Waiting for the fucking portal to open and Jesus to come out. I'm waiting for the fucking...
Yeah.
Okay, here it's coming. I know it. He's never let me down before, this Kent character.
He wouldn't have started a story that didn't end crazy and sexual.
This guy, he knows how to rub my buttons. All right, let's hear it. What happened?
So, okay,
she whips her skirt up and she's got a dick. No, I'm just kidding. Of course not.
We go across the street.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, I'll go. She's like,
I already know this is Red Lion Cha-Cha Lounge.
Shut up.
But she goes, let's go for just one song. We'll go for one song. And I was like, okay. So we walk across the street and we walk into this place.
Yeah, a bar, another bar with
whatever.
one song
And there's
played.
a band playing. There's like 3 people in the place.
Mazzy Star.
So we go to the bar and I get a drink. She's like, get us a drink. So I get a drink. And then she says, as soon as the drink comes, she's like, let's get out of here. And I was like, but I just ordered.
Did she seem obnoxiously drunk?
No, she was actually very like calm and
Okay.
and
Why is she being a dick?
she wasn't like sloppy. She was like,
Yeah.
Anyway, she was like, let's go. I think the place I was thinking about is up the street. I don't think it's this place.
Goose chase. Okay, go on.
And I was like, I have to go home. And she's like, let's just go up the street. So we walk up the street and we go to the door and they're like, which party are you here for? There's 2 parties. There's one upstairs. There's one downstairs. You guys don't want the one downstairs. She's like, what do you mean? He's like, it's not for you. Well, what does that mean? Can we? He's like, it's $10 each. She goes, well, can we go look? And he's like, well, you can go in, but don't go all the way in. Just go up to that door. And then we walk in. She's like, come on, let's just walk in. And then I look back and the guy's looking at us like, don't
the fuck?
Go past that line. And we go and it's like an S&M.
Oh!
And she's like, what is this? But it's like early. It's like 11:15.
They're not fucking
Yeah,
yet.
there's just people like talking, like slaves.
Oh my god!
Putting their leather on.
Yeah.
There's 2 parties,
Can you cinch me up?
downstairs and upstairs. You don't want to go to the downstairs one. No, trust me.
So and then she's trying to sneak in.
To the S&M one?
The guy was like, don't go past that line or else it's 20. And then she's like, come on. And she's trying to like drag me in.
What the? Dude, you should have said, look, you should have grabbed her and said, listen, let's
Jackie,
go back to
the
my place.
S&M part didn't.
Oh, I know. Those bars are all. It's almost as bad as Comic-Con or Ren Fair.
Oh.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Anyways, then we go upstairs
Yeah.
and the guy was like, it's $20. And I was like, ugh.
You're
and
going to
then-
kill me
financially
over here.
She was like, well, what should we do? And then the guy was like, how about $10 for both of you? And I was like, here. So I gave him $10 just at that point. So I was like,
All you did was grunt and he was like, all right,
You're
$10.
negotiating. Yeah, really.
Jesus Christ. What is this, fucking auction hunters? No, go ahead. I don't know.
So we go upstairs and we get a drink and then finally we leave and I'm like, let's get out of here. So
What was the upstairs club?
it was like a band playing. And,
Okay.
And
Penn, how do you feel about this story?
This story sucks.
it's terrible, right?
I mean, this is
What
the
happened to
this is
you,
your
Kent?
This is
What
your head of
happened?
story,
It's
Penn.
just ramping up.
Hey, listen. We're taking the scenic route to the punch.
You would not have hung out with her, gone to these clubs, just to be a nice guy.
Listen.
Didn't you wonder, like, maybe she's going to go home with you?
Yeah,
guys?
for
So
sure.
let's get to that.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
let him take us. We're almost to the end. This
I'm
is
telling
like
you-
we're taking the PCH to San Francisco.
Yeah, it's
All right?
not about the
That's what's
destination.
happening
It's about
here.
the journey.
Yeah.
This is like now we're in an S&M club. Who knows what's going to happen next?
Yeah, exactly.
Some
Go
hot
ahead.
dog cart vendor with a
a
stutter?
fucking-
I mean, what's gonna happen?
Who knows? A drunken dwarf. Anything could happen.
the
here.
places you'll go on
All
a
right,
Kent's corner.
what happened?
Okay, so
next.
then we
Y'all, just for the record, y'all were stoked when he went to the S&M area.
damn right.
Everyone
Not
stopped
me.
talking. Everyone stopped talking and was listening, and ears were at attention.
I wish I could reach into the past and have
And then
him
he
go
went
back.
upstairs and he heard the band, and y'all were like, "What's happening?
Yeah.
I'm annoyed again. I'm gonna stalk more."
Go back to the S&P club,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah,
if
can we
this was
choose your
Standards and
adventure?
Practices Club.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
what said S&P.
S&P
You're right, I
club.
did.
Y'all don't want to go in there. Trust me.
Yeah.
They don't let you make fun of Chinese
Yeah.
people.
There's no sex in the S&P club. All right, go ahead. What were you saying now?
In their defense, though, I was like, and then we went. It was an SM club, and then we walked out.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so I walked her home to her place,
Uh-huh.
and before we got there,
yes.
we were walking.
Something salacious is about to happen.
Is that the grape lady?
Yeah, of course.
All right, sorry, of course.
Of course. Who else?
Who else would-
Who else has that definitive?
So we were walking down the street, and there was like an alley that I wanted to cut down because if you cut down that alley, you'll go to her place. And but she wanted to keep going and use an alley further down.
Okay.
And I was like, oh god. And so I was like, okay. She was like, no, we got to go the other way. And I'm like, but we're going out of the way. She's like, just go. So we're walking towards this alley, and I see a guy like standing in the alley, and he sees us, and he goes into the alley.
What?
And then a second guy comes out and like looks at us, and then like looks around, and then stands there for a minute, and then he goes back in the alley.
The alley that she
Please
wants
tell
to go
me you
down.
did not walk down that alley.
Right. I immediately was like, okay. Like as soon as he went in, I was like, all right. I turned her around, and then she was like, "What are you doing? What's going on?" And I was like,
Those
"No,
are my friends.
they're gonna rape you.
They're gonna fuck me in front of you, and I'm gonna love it.
It's called cuckolding. You're gonna be a cuckold." That's what I meant.
It's cool, dog.
But
You're gonna
anyways,
love it. So no, but what? You
so
turned her
I
around.
turn around, but then it's just imagine like a quiet street
Uh-huh.
where you don't hear anything except a woman going, "What do you mean 2 guys? What do you mean there's 2 guys? What are they gonna do to us? Are they am I gonna like?" And I was just like, "Oh Jesus, shut up!" And so we went down the other alley. Then we went. Anyways, then we get to her place, and her friends had driven her car to her place and then left her keys in the mailbox. So she was like, "There's like what if my keys aren't in my mailbox?" Like I answered that question about 100 times.
What if my keys aren't in my mailbox?
Yeah. And I was like, "No, they are. They are. Your friends, they said they were going to drive you your car and then put the keys in. They're probably there."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's like, "Okay. What if they're not in my mailbox?" Like, anyways.
Oh my god.
So anyways.
should have just bolted, pushed her to the ground, and ran
Shoved her down the alley.
as fast as you could. You should have just looked her in the eye and said, "Are you gonna fuck me tonight?" No. Push her to the ground and run as fast as you could. But you're a fucking hero. You had to be a
Yeah.
fucking hero. You had to fucking make sure the girl got home safe. What's in it for you, buddy? Okay, well, this is the big finale, so here we go.
Yeah. Anyway, so I went and she invited me in.
Oh.
And so I went.
Hello.
Yeah, and I went inside, and I really I'm attracted to her. She's beautiful, but anyways, I was like, well, I should go, and she's like, we drank some water, and then she's like, I'll put on some music, and when she went to put on the music, she like crawled across me, and then put the music on, and then was just lying.
God, how did you blow this?
I'll tell you.
What are you talking about? We don't know if he blew it or didn't blow
I
it.
just get the sense that he blew it.
What kind of music did you play?
I can't remember. It
You can't remember?
was good. It was good music.
I'm over this story.
Sorry.
No, it was old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you.
Istanbul or Constantinople.
No, it was Macarena, 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 oh Macarena, like blasting. Like this isn't exactly the kind of
putting me in
music
the
I
mood.
can fuck someone to. What did she put on, really though?
I can't. She just put on her.
Itsy Betsy Teeny Weeny.
Oh God, there's so many songs that
Could have been hilarious.
Could have been
but
great.
Probably
but-
just something
Yeah,
standard.
it's probably just like Katy Perry. All right, go ahead.
Whatever. It was good. It was just her.
Her iPod.
Pod
Yeah,
or
of course.
yeah.
Whatever she's listening to.
Sorry,
Right.
Jackie.
Sorry, Jackie. We're getting it.
But she was lying like kind of on my lap,
Sorry, Penn.
and she kept saying, "Is this okay? Is it okay that I'm lying on your lap?" And I was like, "This is."
This girl's pathetic.
Dude, no, you know what? I gotta say, you're fucking pathetic.
What?
Kent,
What?
you did nothing.
No, I was like patting her butt. I was like, "This is great." I was
Yeah,
like,
but you gotta just look, I want to fuck you. Period. This is it. What are we doing here? We have to just fuck. I mean, you're laying on my penis. You're putting on fucking the Macarena song, and I walked you home drunk, and you're wasted, and you're fucking. Is this okay? Is this okay if I fucking lay across you? Yes, it's okay. Furthermore, it would be even more okay if we both just started fucking each other. Is that okay with you? You stupid fucking maniac. All right. Will you get on mic? Go ahead.
Please, God, finish the story.
And now
please.
back to the thrilling conclusion.
Of
Part 7.
Kent Osborne's date from hell that wasn't even a date. All
We
right.
might need to
Previously
edit that
on.
title.
Yeah. Okay. So, basically, I did keep trying to leave. I was like, "Well, I should go," and she was like, "No, just stay."
You didn't try to make moves just to
Well, we would go to.
Wait, you kept trying to leave?
Yeah, because we'd kiss, but we wouldn't like. we
Calm
would.
down, Justin.
So she's just a cock tease.
Well, we'd kiss, but we wouldn't start making out. It wouldn't get passionate where we're.
She'd be like,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
gonna change the music, or
Okay.
I need to go and do this stuff. So she was just
Yeah.
wanted
Okay,
attention,
okay.
but she didn't want to do anything.
Okay. So you
Like we'd kiss, and then she would say, "Should I take a sleeping pill?"
what? Okay,
This
all right.
doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you kept trying to leave, and she would
yeah.
stop you.
And then she said, "Well, will you lie with me until I fall asleep?"
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or whatever. It wasn't that
All
weird.
right, fine,
Okay,
fine,
sorry.
fine.
I'm trying to streamline it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
There's like an hour in between, of me trying to leave and her going, "No,"
So
and-
finally, it gets to, will you lay
Right.
with me until I fall asleep?
So I was like, "Sure." So she got into like pajamas and got into bed, and then I took off my shoes and lay down on top of the covers. And was like,
What?
I was
Okay.
lying with her, and I was like, "I really gotta go." And she was like, "All right, just lie here for 10 minutes." And I was like, "Okay." So we'd lie there for like 10 minutes, and then she would say like, "Should I take a sleeping pill?" She would sit up and
what the
ask me a
fuck?
question, and I'd be like, "Yeah, why not?" And she's like, I had a drink. What if I never wake up? What if I take it and never wake up?"
You should say, you won't ever wake up, bitch. I'm fucking Freddy Krueger. Oh, just fuck with her, man. This girl sounds like a fucking nut job from hell.
How sweet.
Okay.
I think I'm making her nuttier
well,
sounding.
what happened?
Like-
did she fucking shit a train?
No, so
What is the big? What is gonna?
It doesn't. Yeah.
Is
All
this
right.
one of those things?
Did you
that-
leave her lifeless body there for the
Yeah.
last 6 weeks?
Would that satisfy you?
What happened?
Nothing. I tried to. I literally not. No, I tried to leave again, and then she said, and it was another hour of lying with her, and then she said, "Well, you're not." She was like, "Take
This
off."
story sounds so
Hold on.
sad. And
He might be
pathetic.
trolling us here. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Okay, it's a joke.
Jeez.
Twist
This is a
ending.
joke.
Well, let's hear where he
It
goes
gets
with
worse and worse. So she said, "You have to take off your clothes and get under the
it.
covers."
She did not fucking say that
Yeah.
to you. She did.
Yeah.
This is like a
Are you
6-hour
fucking
cock
with us?
tease.
Are you
No,
fucking
no.
with me?
Wrong.
Are you fucking with me? Okay,
you
go
took
ahead.
off your
Only
clothes.
You chose
I took off my-
Betty.
I took
If
off my
only
clothes.
You
Wait,
chose
stop.
Betty.
Let's let the man talk.
I took off my clothes, or I got down to my underwear
And
and a t-shirt,
yeah,
and then I got under the covers.
and
And at this point, it's like 3:00, and I was just
yeah,
like,
and you're like, can I get
I-
my dick
I have to get
fucking
up.
wet or not?
"Well, no, I think even
You
at that
bitch.
point, I just wanted to."
That's what
leave.
you thought. Come
Anyways,
on.
So then she took my hand and put it like between her legs.
Okay. All right. Now you're frustrating me.
Just
Why?
Just no one says a word.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's the rule.
All right. Fine. No one says a word. Go.
I know it's gonna sound weird though.
Please, go
Okay,
ahead. You
okay.
put-
So I'm like fingering her.
Okay. All right.
And I'm like, okay, this is good. Like, this is fun. And then some fingering her, and it's like very sexy. And oh, it wasn't like that.
Okay. Keep
It's
going.
the opposite of that. It was beautiful, and
Fingering her.
And eventually, so that went on for a while, and then eventually she was in a very sexy position, and I was.
Yeah, and you were.
And I was like getting into it, and she was like yeah, like more. She kept saying more.
More. Okay.
And
what could that mean?
Right.
Uh-huh.
But I thought it was cool that she was saying. I was like, oh, I've never heard anyone say more. Like, that's a cool. Like, I felt like I was in an indie film, or like I was like, she's quirky, or I don't know. Anyways,
Wait a minute, because I'm sorry, Jackie, I'm breaking the rules. You've never heard a woman say more?
no.
Have you heard a woman say harder, faster?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking about
but
Philip Thomas More, our 10th president. There's got to be a president whose last name was More.
You
right?
felt like you were in an indie film such as
whatever.
Hannah Takes a Stare.
Okay, fine. All right, okay.
Anyways.
So she's saying more, and you're going, oh, geez, that's interesting. You're contemplating.
Right.
You're sitting there, fucking in your own mind, thinking about how interesting it is.
Yeah, but I also
With your hand between her legs.
right, and she's in a position,
She's a
and
beautiful woman.
I'm like over her, and I'm erect, and
Okay.
and
she's saying more.
Right, and
More
so-
than just your hand
Yeah.
in between my legs.
Ah.
How about more?
yeah. So I said,
you do?
So at one point I said, do you want to fuck?
Uh-huh.
And she said, no way, Jose.
What?
No.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Are you
should have.
serious?
You
Yeah.
should have just fucked her.
No,
She's
Justin,
afraid of
stop,
words.
Stop. She
no,
doesn't speak English. It's
she
clear.
she didn't want to.
What? Well, then what does more mean?
She meant. That's what I said. Why do you keep saying more? And she's like, I want you to go faster.
Oh my God, this is the most selfish human
Wait,
being I've
wait,
ever
wait.
met.
Did
No.
she actually say no way,
Yeah.
Jose?
Yeah.
How did she say it?
How old was
Okay.
how old was
Now,
this girl?
yeah, wait. Let Kent do a line read. What?
Okay.
What did you? How
This is how-
exactly? Yes,
okay.
please.
It was like more. Do you want to fuck? No way, Jose. Like, it was that fast. It was really like instant.
No way, Jose. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. I'll give you 3 more. No way, Jose. No way, Jose.
Yeah, that one.
No way, Jose.
The second one.
Second one. Okay, circle that.
It was like
Keep moving.
No way, Jose. No way, Jose.
Jesus.
Uh,
And you were like, oh,
Did
okay,
you
I'll
still?
just.
How many more hours did you spend there after
no,
she
then
rejected
okay.
you?
So then
You went faster
then
with your
she,
hand.
Then
No,
she
no.
said, "Put your clothes back on and lie on top of the
Put this wig on and dance.
Let's
for
go
me.
outside and walk past an alley, and then we're gonna go to see a music band, and
Yeah, put
everything
this.
will go in
Put
reverse.
these feathers around your neck and cluck.
I'll say exactly what happened next.
Yeah.
More. Do you want to fuck? No way, Jose. And then I was like, well, why? And she was like, we don't even know each other. Like, this is our first time.
See you later, alligator.
I'm diddling your.
Yeah,
vagina.
I said,
like,
that's exact. I said, I'm fingering you, and she said, those are your fingers. Your penis is gross and disgusting.
What?
What?
Oh.
And then that's when I pulled my hand out from her. Like, I was like,
Later.
Yeah, and I was just like, I'm gonna go. I was like, that's my cue. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I feel like I offended you. And I was like, no. And she was like,
Yeah, you
but
did.
at that point,
No
I knew
feeling about
like
it.
she was drunk. Like, I knew what she was saying. She was like, we don't even know. We haven't even had to talk
I don't
about.
think you do know what she was saying.
No, I
think she
do.
might
But
be-
it was like,
okay.
but I was just like, I was like, that's it. And now I can leave because you just said something ridiculous that,
Yeah.
you know.
You made it clear that
you
I'm not
can leave in a
gonna-
huff.
Yeah, you can't be mad at me that I'm. And she's like,
Yeah.
I feel like you're mad. I feel like because I said your penis is gross and disgusting. I was like, no. I was like, it's fine. I gotta go. And she was like, all right. So then I left. And then I was walking home, and I reached for my phone to see what time it was, and I didn't have it on me, so I had to go back and knock on her door.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was like a good 5 minutes, and I was like, "Hey, me again? I think my phone.
I think
is
my
somewhere."
phone's in your vagina.
Such a sad story.
Kind of
Wait,
is,
why is
man.
it sad? Why is it sad?
Well, this girl obviously was
'Cause
just
it was-
anytime
manipulating.
your
She
penis
needed
is-
attention,
Yeah.
and she needed a quick fix of someone who
Well,
was gonna walk her home, buy her drinks, do all this stuff.
Finger her pussy.
Classic, just stupid girl. That's why I asked how old she
Well,
was.
I heard the next day that she
Died.
the guy she was seeing broke broke up with her, or she broke up with him, or they'd had a breakup that day.
And so you were like
That
a
might have been an inciting incident.
strange rebound, but not a real rebound because.
I have a question.
Oh,
Sorry, I've been listening to this whole thing. This bathtub guy.
Mr. Bathtub.
Mr. Bathtub.
Yeah, Mr. Bathtub.
Wait, do you want to
Who's
be known
Bathtub
as
guy?
Bathtub
Wait,
Guy
wait.
or Mr. Bathtub?
Either one's good.
Well, we feel...
Just sitting in the bathtub.
Okay, we owe
Real
you the
quick, one
respect.
question. I don't want to hold the show up here. I just want to ask. How come you didn't have sex with her, Kent? I'm sitting here working up a hearty, and wait, I'm sort of I'm thinking I might
A
be
what?
able to pull
An
it.
erection.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you sort of let me down there, buddy. What happened?
I'm sorry, Mr. Bathtub. She didn't want to have sex, so I didn't have sex with her. I don't know how you do things in the bathtub.
Well, sounds to
when
me
a girl
like,
says no,
sounds to me like she probably would have taken it. But all right, I gotta go. I'll let
Mr.
you guys
Bathtub,
go.
Mr. Bathtub.
Yeah.
When is the last time you had a lady in the bathtub there?
Huh? Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah. That's why I asked.
I'm not gonna tell you that.
Mr. Bathtub.
Yeah.
So you were masturbating while listening to my story?
I had a hearty. I was working up a hearty. That's all.
That does mean an erection, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what do you call it?
Well.
What do you call it, buddy?
A hard on. A hard on.
No, I was working up a hardy. Ever heard of it?
Mr.
I
Bathtub.
gotta go.
Wait,
This is
wait,
ridiculous.
Mr. Bathtub. This may seem like an absurd question. Do you exist on Earth, on the earthly plane?
What the hell are you talking about? Of course. What the fuck is this shit? I gotta go. You people are wasting my time at this point.
That was a good question.
See you later.
I'm not sure if
Bye.
you're some sort of magical character or not.
Jeez, you
I
really
don't
pissed
know.
that guy
I
off,
don't
Brian.
know. I
You
mean,
really pissed off that
So he's
character.
just a man that lives in a bathtub. That's it.
Who? Listen, who the fuck knows about that guy?
I mean,
He's something else. Can I get a second here? I've got a couple of clean, green, and mean questions for Penn.
okay, good.
Number one, did you know, Penn, that hemp can make... hold on, let me pull up my notes here. I've got a really good question for Penn. I'm excited to hear the answer to this one. This is one that the people at the steeple have been talking about. Hold on. Give me a fucking second here. People are a bunch of lunatics, all of you. Did you know that 1 acre of hemp can make as much paper as 4.1 acres of trees? And the hemp fiber used to make paper can be yielded in 90 days, whereas tree paper comes from trees that take 15 to 50 years to grow. What do you think about that, Penn? Doesn't that make you feel like, hey, what are we doing as people, as a race? I think maybe we should get our priorities straight. Just because back in the early 2000s or 1900s, we thought black people were using weed to rape our white women. Maybe now we've been enlightened enough to the point where it's like, it's fine. If we can make paper out of it for our printers, and we're printing a bunch of scripts and stuff, 50-page scripts, I do it.
Can you guys must print a lot of scripts here at the office. Can you maybe convince them to turn over to hemp paper?
Can we get hemp paper going?
Is hemp legal?
I want to know from Penn. What does he think of this?
Yeah.
Are you against it? Are you for it?
And you can't say that black men are raping white women anymore. Because that's been
I don't think
totally disputed.
I think Penn's on our side. I think Penn's on our side about that.
That fact
part
has
of it.
been checked.
He's not fighting us on that point.
So you're pro hemp paper.
I like how if you just keep your mouth closed long enough, they'll answer their own questions for themselves.
I got another one.
Wait.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Okay, these are important questions for Penn. So, Penn, when you buy a bunch of vegetables and fruits from the grocery store, you can't eat them until you wash them in the sink because there's all those pesticides sprayed all over the top of them. But you can't wash them because of all the chemicals and chlorine in the water from the city. What's the best way to prepare your vegetables and fruits before you eat them? Let's let Penn field this one.
I mean, we've really found our way around that loophole of not asking about Adventure Time, huh?
Come on, what? Penn, can you help our listeners with this one?
Well,
because I'm struggling.
Listener.
I'm struggling with this one, Penn. Come on.
Penn, you're between a rock and a hard place. There's chemicals in the fruit. There's chemicals in our water. What do you do?
What's the least chemicals that we can? Like, there's pesticides on the fruit and veggies, and then there's a bunch of chlorine and fluoride and this, that, and the other thing in the water. I mean, let's be honest. They're cycling it. They're recycling our poop and pee back into our faucets. So, do we really want to rinse that into our veggies? You know? I mean, help me out here. I'm just a consumer trying to figure out what the best approach is.
Penn?
Well, just eat the fruit, man. Just eat it up.
All right, fair enough.
Fair enough.
All right, I got one more.
Let the record state the answer is he wouldn't bother washing.
Okay, just don't even wash it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Man spends 17 years in prison for a rape he did not commit. DNA evidence proves it conclusively, I guess is probably the more appropriate. Receives no compensation for time and money lost. What should we do? What should we do for this man? Should we build him a little place to live? I mean, the poor guy, 17 years in prison. He didn't do anything wrong. They all thought he was a rapist.
Penn, do we owe this man as the state?
What do we owe as a people? As a
this
country?
Man some sort of redemption for his time and
what's the problem with
his
this?
life that he suffered?
What do we do
for unjust?
Penn?
Oh, so he didn't rape anyone.
Yes.
Did not rape anyone,
and he spent 17 years in prison.
Yep.
And now he's out.
And he's got no compensation for time and money lost.
Tough shit, right? Life's hard, right?
It's a toughie, huh? That's a toughie.
Interesting.
One last question.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Why not give him some money?
Yeah, Penn.
Why not give him like $20?
Some fruit.
Give
him
Penn.
Some virus-covered fruit.
Would you let him do a voice on Adventure Time?
I was,
That's horrible.
I wanted to hire that dude who was you also that YouTuber, the fellow who had the $1 million voice.
Oh, he
Yeah.
ruined his
The homeless
life.
man.
He's back to doing drugs and stuff, right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Just tell him to bring his drugs and make a party out of the voice record.
So sad.
Fucking
He met his
get
mom
down.
after all this time, and she was real proud of him, and then he blew it.
That guy had a great fucking voice.
Did you have a character in mind for him?
Oh, just himself, his natural speaking voice.
But what would the character look like?
He could be just an ethereal voice, the voice of heaven.
Dude, that's so sad. That is really
He's back on the
fucking
streets,
sad.
too.
Because that guy has no idea what he... That is an example of someone who came from just shit and got an opportunity that he could have turned into... I mean, that guy could be richer than all of us in this room right now. And
because people also
the
see it as
grasp
a charity
of
case, so he
addiction.
could have gotten a lot of work, like many years worth of work.
Dude, that guy could have been the new Robert Downey Jr. He could have been, or maybe the original.
You know
Robert
what he
Downey
got
Jr.?
started
I
on
don't know.
taking? Those cool drops that you brought. He got addicted.
He got
That was the
started-
gateway.
He got started on
Calm
cool drops,
drops.
which are
Calm
supposed to
drops.
make you calm, but there's no fucking.
But
I
they just
I
make
feel
you
I can't
want
sleep
to
now.
shoot heroin into your arm.
Palm drops, homeopathic.
I have one last question for Penn.
What the fuck are you reading?
Just my notes.
Penn?
Penn,
Did you write
no.
these questions
Penn,
down yourself, or
yeah,
did you go to like 20questions.com?
No, I wrote these down. These are all mine.
Really?
Yeah. Penn.
Penn,
I don't
Penn,
believe
I have,
you.
I have a question.
Wait.
for
Can
you.
I? Okay. Well, you want to go
Penn,
first? All right,
Jackie's
fine.
sighing.
Penn, I have a question from
Got
her.
a good
Two
one.
iPads in the air being held up by Ryan
Very ominous.
and
I
Justin.
have
Okay,
a
go ahead,
question,
go ahead.
Penn.
Yeah.
Penn, this is from Hercules Heraclides. How do you decide where to draw the line for kids/adult humor? Even as a 25-year-old, hearing the cosmic owl bluntly tell the Ice King you're a sociopath stunned me in the
All right.
best way possible.
Enough of this.
What do you mean enough of this?
That's a fucking crazy. I'm confused.
Does that make sense to you?
What was
Penn?
it? I'm sorry, what was it?
Can you not?
Even as a 25-year-old, hearing the cosmic owl, I'm assuming that's a character from, and then bluntly tell the Ice King, who's the villain of the show, you're a sociopath, in quotes, stunned me in the best way possible.
Oh, wait.
Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Exactly. What the fuck
The
are
question is, where do you draw the line between adult and kids humor?
This podcast.
Make this pussy nut.
Yo, get that pussy rolling. Get that pussy rolling.
Stop it.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Can we
Jackie,
pause real quick?
Do you have any more questions for Penn that
Penn?
are going to be
Kent?
relevant?
Oh, I know. I was gonna ask you too. Because you were like a little guy doodling or like an artist, or did you get bullied a lot, or were people like, cool, this guy can draw, so we like him, he can,
Like in prison.
it either goes it goes two ways when there's like,
Yeah.
people that can draw or are artistic, they get the shit beat out of them all the time, or people are like, can you draw this on my Trapper Keeper?
Yeah, I was maybe the Trapper Keeper, if anything.
I have another story. Penn, do you remember not elementary school, but
Can I go to the bathroom while this happens? I'm
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yes, you're a
I'm gonna
disruption,
injure
frankly.
my fucking bladder.
Is it
if I-
still recording?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Do you remember when you had like your first crush, like on a girl? Did you draw her
Yeah.
like a little picture, or did you?
Yeah, I was drawing all kinds of... I don't remember drawing pictures for her. I was probably drawing pictures of her for myself. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. I don't remember. I don't know. I remember drawing a lot in first grade. I was doing flip books a lot. when
But
I was-
okay, wait. What about junior high? More like where you're like, oh, that girl's so cute. Would you draw a picture,
Yeah.
like put it in her
I w-
locker?
Oh yeah. I would do big long flip books for this girl in junior high school. Like the thickest flip books. I would take different like pads of Post-its and stick them together, and do like really thick flip books for.
Did she end up liking you or going to the dance with you?
No.
Oh. What do you think she
No.
did with those flip books? Trash.
Yeah, trash can.
no.
Maybe trash can.
Oh, man.
I kept all the little drawings. I didn't go to school with any like artists, but I did keep like if boys drew me little things. I still have all of them.
Have you had any of the ladies come out of the woodwork now?
I don't have Facebook.
Email?
No.
Twitter?
No. What? No.
Letters?
Ladies from middle school?
What the heck are you talking about? I'm trying to keep this in junior high school terms. Who cares about now?
I know, but everybody's fantasy is that these girls who throw away the flip books, now that they see Adventure Time on the air, they're
oh,
gonna go,
come back around. I see what
Yeah.
you mean.
Uh-huh.
They're like, Penn, I kept the flip book.
Yeah. And then clearly she just had drawn it herself really quick because she threw the
Yeah.
original away.
Because she wants money now.
Yeah. You knocked me up. This baby yours, Penn. This baby yours.
Yeah, isn't that like what happened to Shaquille O'Neal?
All in middle
Because
school.
Carl's
children.
my real father. He wrote a rap song about that.
Uh-huh.
His stepfather was his real father. And when he
Ah.
got fame and money, I think it was him, father came back around and was like, I love you, son. And he was like, F you. I said F. I edited myself. Carl's my real father.
Do you have a situation like that?
Justin's not here to do the class.
Well, he's not here.
He
to-
wouldn't. He'd
he's not here
derail
to
it
render-
anyway.
I know. I mean, we're actually getting some real questions answered, huh?
That's Shaquille O'Neal.
No, but so no one from the past has come back and like, sorry, I ignored you in high school, but I want to get together now.
If anything, they've come back. They've asked me like, "Hey, hello, how's it going?" And I just ignore it. I was like pushed away high school and middle school and everyone that I met in those years because I was so awkward and like I don't want to relive those
Yeah.
most awkward. That's why I don't have Facebook. I don't have Facebook for so many reasons. I hate the past.
I'm gonna lock Justin out. This is getting good.
What was your favorite era then? More just like when elementary school or
Nothing. I keep hating
no.
every incarnation of my personality, just like pushing it down, like figuring out a new way to sort of like coexist with people, and then like that didn't work. I was awkward then that year too. Push that back, try again.
How do you feel about now?
I'm trying to live in the moment.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you feel pretty good? Like this is what you've always wanted? You're living your dream?
Yeah. You can't complain. Can't complain.
Yeah.
I know, but like Adventure Time is so heartfelt and like based on. You said you're doing this for the kids. You're writing it for kids. You had to have fun in elementary school or had some memories because the stories and wouldn't be as good as they
It's
are.
a real classy interview, huh, Kent?
I don't know.
Justin's locked out.
Locking Justin out is terrifying. I feel like my father, like my deadbeat father, is gonna bust in here, and Mr. Bathroom's gonna beat me to.
Just ignore it. It's Justin trying to get
It's
back in.
horrifying. I feel like we should all hide under the bed.
What's your greatest dream?
Right?
Penn?
Yeah, he's like trying to get in. This is what
terrible.
it's gonna be like. When
But we're actually getting a real interview done. We can't let him back in.
But
Penn,
just-
how do you feel? Do you prefer Justin in or out?
I'm so terrified of the door being
But
banged
you're also
on.
terrifying of what Jackie and I will pull out of you
No,
emotionally.
no.
Okay.
It's because you can see his legs.
What are your ambitions for Adventure Time?
Ambitions.
Movie?
I'm just trying to make it funny and interesting. It's cool because we have an opportunity. That's all I see it as. Is just like a rad opportunity to make something worth making. That's what I keep pushing myself and asking the artists and writers and board artists on the show to make is something that's worth making, worth watching on television. I mean, we have so many cool, talented people working on it, and we have such creative freedom, I think, at Cartoon Network to make something rad, and so I don't know. That's what we just try to keep. I don't know, just keep it keep it up, keep the bar high.
Yeah, the bar is really high.
Keep the bar high without jumping the shark, and that's what we're trying to do.
I forgot. You already mentioned what season you were in, but I
Y'all
forgot.
gotta unlock that door.
Season 4?
No, don't worry about it.
You're on season 4 right now.
Yeah, they just started.
Okay.
We're in the middle of
middle
of 5.
Oh, middle of 5.
Oh, no, but it's beginning of 4 that's airing.
Oh, okay.
There's listeners, there's knocking.
Oh my gosh.
We've locked Justin out. This is minute 20 of the Justin lockout.
Well, he tried to get in and then he left, and now he's back.
I know. I wonder what he was trying to do.
He's trying to find a key or something. He's just not.
How do you keep track of the mythology in Adventure Time?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, stop it.
Brian, you gotta open that door, man.
It was good. It was good while it lasted.
I think that this is the most quality part of the
I think you
podcast.
two are going to get some phone calls after this airs.
Phone calls about what?
People are going to want to have you two do, like, interviews.
Now we can have... Well, are we done with listener email? Are we done?
What happened?
Because we're actually getting an actual
We
interview.
got a good interview from Penn.
Yes.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's,
Was I the problem?
well, I mean, you do the math. I mean,
I guess that means I was.
Jesus Christ.
It was a bad zombie virus.
All right, everybody, it's time for motherfucking listener email up in this motherfucker. We got all kinds of listener emails up in this goddamn motherfucker.
Make this pussy nut. 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 Make this pussy nut.
Yeah, listener email. All right. All right.
All right, indeed.
It's our new intro to listener email.
Hey, guys, Smith again. I think a few parts coming up might be censored. I don't really remember. It's sort of a haze. I was kind of jumping around when I was doing it, so probably it defeats the whole purpose of this censoring. And I'm one for consistency, it really should be all or nothing. But anyway, good luck to you and to yours, and a Merry Christmas.
All right. Okay, let's hear it. What do we got?
Okay.
What do we got in terms of listener
Thank
email?
you, Justin. I'll start with the newest first. This is a subject line, short time, first time, from a gentleman named Matthew. Hello, GVP. I was recently told of your podcast by a friend. Being a fan of Acceptable TV, the short-lived VH1 sketch comedy show Justin and I were both the star and writers of, and having combed the farthest reaches of the internet for Justin's cartoons, I was thrilled to learn of this show. First of all, I would like to say this podcast is fucking spectacular.
Oh.
You hear that? You guys hear that?
Wow. Thank you.
Really funny, great chemistry, and interesting guests.
Hey.
That's us.
Justin,
I know
congrats.
all about that, baby.
Justin, congrats on Rick and Morty. Will it resemble Doc and Marty?
Yeah, the two main characters are exactly the same. Here, I'll do their voices now.
Okay.
Morty, you gotta come with me, Morty. I have something really important to tell you. Oh, geez, Rick. I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Okay.
That's what they sound like.
I'd love any background
It's
info.
more adult. I feel safer doing them on this show than
than
my other ventures.
Your breadwinner.
Yeah.
I'd love any background info on Unbelievable Tales. I used it as a test of people's sense of humor. Penn, you familiar with Unbelievable Tales?
I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
Unbelievable Tales, another one of Justin's oeuvre? What is that?
Oeuvre?
Oeuvre. Thank you.
Yeah. Unbelievable Tales. You use it as a test of sense of humor.
Sense of humor, really disturbing and funny. Smith Harrison is great.
I made it to fuck with. I made it with the intention of upsetting people. So what? Take that for what you will.
How did you feel about the voice acting of the main character?
Crumply Crumplestein?
Crumplestein.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Is this a short you made? A short
Yeah,
you
yeah.
made?
Ryan's the voice of Crumply Crumplestein, by the way. Very good. Very well done.
Thank you. This podcast has been immensely enjoyable, and now I'm looking forward to Rick and Morty as well. You shall be living a sweet life
Well,
with complete
fingers
creative
crossed.
control, cushy mansions, and total recognition. Penn, do you have complete creative control over Adventure Time?
Of course not, right?
Yeah, I'd say like 98.
That's amazing.
97%.
Really?
Was it always that way? Or was that something you had to earn?
No, we earned it.
What falls in that 3% of the lack of creative control? Was there something you want to get away with that they wouldn't let you?
No, I like making shows for kids. I think that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to make an adult show. Or, I mean, I grew up watching cartoons, and that's what I wanted to make cartoons for. Was me as
What
a
was
as a
your
kid.
favorite cartoon when you were little? I wanted to ask you
Yeah,
that.
that's a good question, actually.
Those early seasons of The Simpsons were full of heart, and like they went over my head when I was a kid, and now as like an adult, I can go back. They were just funny when I was a kid, and now I can go back and appreciate all the heartfelt writing that went into those early episodes. Lisa falling in love with her substitute teacher, Mr. Bergstrom.
Were they characters that you would
It's a
draw
fun novel.
doodle
What do
the
you got
most when
there?
you were little, or would you be doodling?
Yeah,
all
I
the
would
time?
sell drawings of The Simpsons for 5 cents.
Are you serious? At school?
Aw.
At school?
Yeah, in junior high school.
That's amazing.
Cute.
Penn, you do a lot of voices on the show, right?
I do background characters, and I do one main character, Lumpy Space Princess. Yeah.
I like talking to Penn about like personal things about
Okay.
school and stuff like
Okay.
that. That was more fun.
Yeah.
I was still there for that.
Oh, I know something.
Interesting.
Was there something when you were really little that you put on your list for Santa, and you always put it on your list and you never got it, or did you get everything you
Ooh,
wanted,
that's a
like
good
Justin, who's a spoiled brat?
Shut up.
I remember when I was a kid, my mom would try to buy me stuff, but I had learned what spoiled kids were when I was young. And so I would tell her, don't buy me that, because then I'll be spoiled.
What? No.
She wanted to buy me a drum one year.
One drum?
Yeah, a drum. Because I like drums. And she wanted to buy me a drum, and I was like, don't buy me that. Don't buy me that. And then she yelled at me.
Oh.
Because she wanted to buy me this thing, and I was like rejecting
I will
rejecting
spoil
it.
you, young man.
Well, what toys did you play with
Such
when
a
you were
funny
little?
idea of
And
being
then I
spoiled.
What
cried a
toys?
bunch.
What
She
toys?
was yelling at me because she wanted to buy me a drum. What toys?
Did you play with mostly?
I had some Ninja Turtle stuff, mostly
Yeah.
the stuff that's in Justin's room.
Mm-hmm.
I had
Ninja Turtles.
I had that donut guy.
You had the Food Fighters.
Food Fighters.
Oh, dude, those I had to find those on eBay. Did you have Germs? Do you remember Germs? It was like a test
No.
tube. It was Worlds of Wonder, the same company that made Teddy Ruxpin. And it was sort of like when they were dying, they were like going out. And they made these things called Germs. And they were like these awesome germs
There's
in
a
test
death
tubes.
throes of a company.
Yeah, it was like the final gasping breath of Worlds of Wonder, which I think is one of the most imaginative, amazing toy companies ever to exist. And these things are beautiful. They're like works of art.
How much are they on eBay?
They're not that bad. Like you can actually get the whole lot if you hit the right month, and not a lot of people are looking, but I want to say like probably around $20 a piece, which is
that's
not that bad. But I have the whole thing, the whole set back home, and they're just fucking amazing. Do you remember those?
No.
Okay. Well,
Jackie, do you remember being grossed out by boys in high school? Not grossed out like you were grossed out by them, but they were trying to gross you out. Like I remember eating ants in junior high, in like elementary school, trying to gross out girls to get their
We had a
attention.
kid that did that named Jeremy Manus.
What kind of ants?
Manus.
Black ants or red?
Probably black ants. What would you do to gross
Stone
out
Temple
girls?
Pilots.
Yeah, I'd just eat ants, and I'd make my buddy
Eat your
Moses,
boogers?
make my buddy Moses run up and kiss him on the cheek.
What happened to him?
I don't have no idea.
I think there's a place for Moses.
I
Okay,
used to on the playground in elementary school chase boys down. I would pin him down and like try to kiss him and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Ew,
do that a lot.
gross.
As you
Kent.
should, girl.
Kent, what's going on with you? This is the second one.
Kent's
it's
just
called
chilling, man.
Checking in with
Don't
Kent.
beat him up.
Let's do a new.
Listener
let's
email?
do Kent's Corner in middle
Redo?
school.
in HD.
Yeah.
Wait, are we skipping
So
out of
I
the
was-
idea of
I was
listener
six-
email, and we're sort
No,
of
I was
back
sixth
into
grade.
the
I want to hear.
sometimes
I want to hear
like-
Kent's corner in middle school.
Yeah.
All right.
Kent, first sexual experience.
Sex stories from
Kent,
middle school.
lean up and get us wet.
First time I had
Get us
sex,
wet.
or first time
Go. First sexual experience.
Get us wet, baby. When's the first time that you, really got it? Kent.
wait, like kissed a girl or?
Yeah, take your time to
is
really
anything.
walk us
Okay,
through it.
so
I'm just kidding.
yeah.
Really inject us with it. Fast, quick.
When is the first time you got a handy?
Hey, when's the first time you really got one?
Yeah.
Hand job?
Yeah.
Whatever, anything. From the opposite
I was
sex.
a freshman in high school.
Okay, what happened?
She-
Walk
and
us through it.
She was.
Degrassi High.
She was a neighbor.
She worked with your mother.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, neighbor.
Girl next door, huh?
And she was a senior.
Girl
Oh my
next door.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah, girl next door.
and she gave me a hand job.
Wow.
What? Well, is that it? And you said, all right, that'll do. That'll do.
She was dating a senior.
But she
and I-
gave you a
Yeah, and then
handy.
I hung out with both of them, and then he left, and then she walked me home, and then
I mean, this is how a lot of your sexual conquests happen.
yeah,
A walk home.
Yeah,
Penn, what are those socks? Is that an Adventure
Their
Time character?
faces.
These are cat socks. This is a scar on my leg from when I jumped in the river in Canada, in Ontario,
I
When?
heard about
Recently?
that.
with
How
Thurup.
How long ago was that?
Thurup Van Orman.
Can I hang out with you and Thurup one day? One time?
No,
Why not?
because they don't like you.
That would be so much fun. I promise I won't. Like I'll be cool.
Yeah,
I'll
man.
mind my own business and just be a contributor of good fun, clean fun.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh
This
boy,
next
oh
email is
boy.
called First Time Email. Open Me.
Oh, okay. Open it.
Dear GVP, my name is Gordon Woodworth III. I'm 16, gay, and I'm originally from Chardon, Ohio. But now I live in Fort Myers, Florida. I go to Cypress Lake High School, and I'm a huge music nerd, as in band and orchestra. If you end up using my email in the show, I'll send you a photo of my face. You can see what I look like. First of all, he's 16 and he's out of the closet.
What's that kid doing,
God
man?
bless him. I'll send you a photo. Okay, I apologize in
16,
advance if
you're
this
gonna get
email
beat up,
gets
man. You got to keep it under
lengthy,
wraps.
but note the correct
Until you
grammar.
get out
Yes,
into college. Oh,
yes,
sorry.
I am from America. I stumbled upon the podcast a month ago when I found the App Store in the App Store. When I found the app in the App Store and fell in love instantly. Oy vey, Gordon.
Well, God bless you, Gordon.
I mean, your name isn't the only thing that should be in 3 parts.
what?
It was good, Gordon Woodworth III.
I love Gordon. He's
I
he's
know, I
won
love
me
him
over
too, but-
already.
I wanted to wait until I listened to all
He
the
had
episodes
me at
before-
I'm gay.
before I emailed the show. And don't worry, I'm not a shitty fan. I did rate the podcast on iTunes. There are a few points I want to touch on that relate to the podcast that I thought I should tell you about, and I hope you talk about on the show. I would die.
Yay!
What a guy.
All right,
Everybody,
I think
wake
we're friends
up. Let's
on
wake
Facebook.
up.
Come on, let's
Yeah,
get
yeah.
some Gordon Woodworth up in this motherfucker.
Okay, all
Come
right,
Gordon
ready?
Woodworth. Oh, Gordon Woodworth, wake up.
Number 1. This is funny. When I first started to listen to the show, I didn't know about your website or Facebook or anything. And the only picture you guys I had to go on was the painting of you guys in the app. And for the longest time, I pictured Ryan's voice to Justin's face
Oh,
and
you.
Justin's voice to Ryan's
Gordon,
face.
what were you doing? That's the sound you get.
2. Jackie, I love you.
Oh.
My mom's name is Jackie with a Q. I
Oh.
just sent you a friend request on Facebook.
Yeah, and I added him.
I hope you accept.
Gordon,
did,
you should
of
kill your
course.
mother. Just kidding.
Justin.
I'm just kidding.
You have to pee again?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Just-
It makes me so sad that you're
Ryan.
always upset and have a horrible shit going on in your life. Well, not anymore. She's got a young stud for a boyfriend. He's 11 years younger than her. Giving it to her nice and good.
Yeah, she's really
Lots
getting
of stamina.
getting it good.
Yeah.
Getting it good right where it counts.
Yeah.
Right in the little
Yeah.
tiny indentation in between those giant, disgusting meat pieces. Whatever.
Okay, whatever.
You know what I mean.
You seem so nice and quit calling yourself ugly, girl.
I
added
don't.
the
Do I?
girl. If I was straight, I would totally be into you. You have been self-deprecating in the past.
Self-deprecating, but I never said I was ugly.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Careful what you wish for.
It's
Hello?
Mr. Bathroom.
No, Mr. Bathroom Skypes. Hold on. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Oh. Hello.
Mario!
There's some Mario.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a hero, Gordon the Wentworth. He say, he homosexual.
Yes.
In a Mario world. We have a 3 homosexual. One, he was my friend. He run around. He come and he dance. He my good friend. And then coming to take him away.
Who?
What? He come and take him away.
Somebody who took him away?
He was my he was my close friend.
Is there homophobia in your
so
world?
Gordon a Wentworth. I applaud you. I salute you. I say you are good. You do as heart tells you to do. Cause in a Mario world, they take horns away. They put him in the underground world, which is so hard. It's so hard to beat the underground world. It's an extra men it takes.
Which I'm sure that goes over well in the
it takes
underground
many
world with
times through
all the extra
to collect the extra men. And also, I just want to say. My brother Luigi, he finally got his position. He got his job. He now lives on his own home. He has his own thing. And he no more take my socks.
Oh. Well, congratulations to Luigi.
Thank you.
And congratulations to you, Mario.
Thank you.
And listen, I don't know if the people of your world listen to this podcast, but it's about time that
nobody listens
you recognize
to me.
Your world has to start progressing.
Nobody progresses.
Nobody progresses.
Listens to
Maybe
me.
you can write letters to King Koopa.
I write a letter to a King of Koopa. He spit. He spit on me. He is kicking me.
What did the letter say?
King of Koopa, please. I just want gay rights, freedom, black and white people to live together, harmony, peace. He kick me and spit at me. I just want freedom for gay people and oppressed black people. He hate me. He's a real villain.
Yeah.
King of Koopa.
I mean, bigotry is the real
You
evil.
know, some Goombas, they understand they're good. But some Goombas,
not so enlightened.
they very much side with him. It's a whole war in my place. Okay, well, I should probably get it back.
You should probably get off your
I
soapbox.
have a lot of letters to write. I'll see you later.
I mean, God bless you, Mario. Who knew he was so political? Okay, back to Gordon.
I don't know.
I hope you have perspective, Gordon, that you're lucky you live on Earth and not in Mario's world.
Yeah, Gordon, you really could get your shit ripped apart over there.
I was
sounds
straight.
Sounds like fucking King Koopa's got a strong fist against gay people.
Yeah, no pun intended. Plus, this is back to the letter. Plus, you and I are like the same person, Jackie. I too have an extreme obsession with World War II. I love history.
Oh, yeah.
Got your historical events in order? Hitler's suicide date is coming up. This was recorded on May 15th.
That's oldie. That's an oldie but goodie. Oldie but goodie.
This will probably sound stupid since I'm only 16. You probably think I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I used to feel like crap all the time because at my old high school I was bullied just about every day for being gay, and I had a serious self-worth issues, but now I'm fine, and I realize that if someone doesn't like me, screw them. Well, darn it, Gordon, I mean, who here can't relate?
But
you got Pendleton Ward,
does Gordon,
Great Adventure Time, Kent Osborne, he only got a hand job his freshman year.
Yeah, do you heard that story? I was there. I was with him. I was in that dark apartment.
I got bullied. Justin got bullied, and it wasn't.
I got bullied.
Barely fended him off with the kick.
I got boogers wiped on my back.
Yeah,
literally.
Oh.
Hey, wait, I have a question for you. For this kid, how old is he? Is he still in high school? 16.
Yeah.
You know, it's where is he from? Does he say?
He's from Chardon, Ohio, but now he lives in Fort Myers, Florida.
Just listen, man. Just keep
Which
it
is
to
where you got your
yourself until
bullying.
you get out of Florida. Come to California. And
It's
then you
2012,
Fort Myers,
Justin.
his family must be in the military because that's a military base.
Well, I'm just trying to say, God bless him for knowing who he is, but just keep it under wraps. You're gonna get killed in
Justin,
Florida. There's a bunch of fucking monsters there. I'm just saying, don't hang out with monsters, you know, and make them want to kill you. Whatever.
Please don't smoke,
Don't
Jackie,
listen to me.
and
Fine.
please don't leave
Fuck,
the
another
show.
blood on my hand.
Jackie, okay. Feminine energy is what the show needs to balance it out. I am your #1 fangirl. 3. Justin, keep up the voices and the farts. I love them, especially
Trying my
Toppy
best.
and Romansky's doctor. 4. Ryan, shalom, I love you. But Jackie is right, you are a nebby Jew. But don't hate it, embrace it. 5. Jackie is also right about the farting thing. A good relationship has a high level of comfort. But you never do
Did
that
I
within the
fart
first
in my
week of the
girlfriend's face
relationship.
now? Are you proud of me? I like go up to her and I fucking rip
Is that
them
true?
into her
Is that
fucking
true?
throat. No, of course it's not true.
6. Thank you so much for making the show. It keeps me cheery all the time, especially the come to the tune of a Mad Russian's Christmas. Come.
Come.
Rich Fulcher, yep.
Shit, fuck.
Episode 10.
Oh, I miss Rich Fulcher.
I've already turned Silver, my friends, onto the show. Keep up the good work. Well, they are going to really, I mean, this is going to be a big show for him then.
Yeah.
His
Oh,
whole
he'll be
email
so
and all his
happy.
friends are
Oh,
listening.
God,
So happy.
the only thing missing is Rich Fulcher.
Sincerely, Gordon Woodworth III.
Yay!
Penn, maybe he's a fan. Got anything to say to Gordon?
Thumbs up, man.
You heard it here, Gordon.
Good,
Woodworth.
good job for
the third.
existing.
P.S. I like to eat shit. I like to eat cum. And I'm going to send you a hilarious SpongeBob
Jesus,
photo, so
that's-
keep an eye out.
That's literally we're putting that
Yay.
that slogan. There will be T-shirts that say that.
No, there won't.
Sent via Grandma's Virginity phone application. Sent from my iPad. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and Rob Benegala.
And thank you very much, Rob Benegali.
All right, well, is that it? Are we done with
I
emails?
think that we've tortured the 3 of these people. I could go for another.
I could go
Who
for
knows?
at least 2 more minutes.
I mean, maybe we'll do a Justin and Ryan after hours show. Wow. Psychic, do you remember that your whole hook was that you predicted the future with your rhymes, not just
Yeah, dog.
rhyme nonsense?
Oh,
words?
hell yeah, dog.
Okay.
What you want to talk about? You want to know about the future?
Yeah.
We were ending the show.
How many seasons is Adventure Time going to go?
Man, like 100 seasons, dog. Yeah, dog, like 100 seasons.
All right.
Every
well,
season, like 13 episodes, dog. 13 half hours, dog.
Wow.
So like 100 times 13 half hours, yo.
Okay.
Hold on, let me sing about it.
Yeah, rap about it.
Yo, talk about 13 episodes.
Why don't you rep all the
22
characters?
minutes, 2 little stories, 2 11-minute stories. Yo, 100 seasons. Oh, seasons.
Adventures featuring
Yo,
characters such as.
Salvadotes.
Is there a character named Sebados?
Mr. Mabadotes. Yo, little nude nuts. Yo.
Who could forget Little Meat Knots?
Crazy human nuts. How 100 seasons. 13
Well, maybe
episodes.
these characters will come in maybe the 90th, 91st
22
season.
minutes. 13 episodes a season.
Uh-huh.
Yo, my Schnabens. Oh, summer seasons.
Psychic.
Somebody get
Psychic.
reasons.
Quit while you're
Yo,
very, very far behind.
episodes. Toilet nuts. Yo,
Can't like read
Like
the energy
100
of the room,
episodes!
but like that everybody's done.
DVD episodes. Netflix episodes.
He's now talking about all the different portals that the show will be available in.
Death,
Multimedia.
destruction,
Oh my god. It took a
In
real
the
left
world.
turn.
comet,
Holy cow.
episode 100, death, destruction, poison, suffocation, no electricity.
Guys, don't go to episode 100. Apparently that triggers some sort of apocalypse.
All right. Anyways,
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
did it.
psychability.
we did it all. We did it all.
all right. Ready, Justin, to wrap it up?
Yeah, I guess.
I'd like to hear a little more from Psychic Abilities.
Really?
Oh, really?
Kill you, Penn.
Penn, I was certain that you've been done for the last
No.
2
You can't read
hours.
pen, man. I think Psychability's got another one. This is also about Adventure Time.
Well,
Yo! Hey, yo! What you want to know about? Yo! What you want to know about? You want to know about the future? I'll tell you a little something. Uh-oh! I know all about it. Yo, water supply! Forget about it. Can't eat food? Don't worry about it. Hey, gonna plant some seeds? That soil don't have anything to help you grow some seeds. There's no food to eat, no food. Uh-oh, microwave. Forget about those TV dinners, yo. Uh-oh, roads gonna get real slippy slow. Gotta watch out. Gotta get a motorcycle. Gonna ride out of the city, dog. What can you fit on your back, yo? Can you get out of that, yo? You better be careful, dog. What can you get on your back, yo? Get your sister, get your grandma, put them up, get them out, cause there ain't no water. Uh-oh, oh, can't plant seeds. Uh-oh, can't make food. Fucking end of the world. This is Seven the Smurl. Seven the Knurl. Come in the Merle.
Careful what you wish for, guys.
What wish for? So remember the niche for? I'll give him a niche for. Yo! I knew a guy. He took my bike. He went, got it all spikes. He put spikes on the street. He took me down to the 17th. Yo! He got me fixed. Uh-oh! He put my motorcycle in his mix. Yo! Gonna get some food. Yo, I found somebody help me. Uh-oh, some of them help me. That's right. Some of them help me. Oh, shit. Gonna run real fast. I'm gonna crash. I got food. I have muscles. I don't have no muscles. Oh, shit. I'm being some of lips. Oh, into the world. A comet crash. There's a comet crash. There's a comet crash. Oh shit, a comet crash. Uh-oh, a big old flash. Oh, it shows up. Nappy nappy naps.
2012,
Grab your knapsacks. Grab your knapsacks. Grab your knapsacks.
I want to thank Pendleton
your
Ward,
knapsacks.
Kent
Grab your
Osborne,
knapsacks.
Jackie Buscarino,
Water filter.
and Justin Roiland,
Mountain House freeze-dried foods.
Mr. Bathtub, Psychic
Grab your
Abilities,
knapsack.
Mario, and the whole
Grab your
gang here
knapsacks.
at the Grandma's Virginity
Mountain House
podcast.
freeze-dried food. Water stores. Store up the water.
Whoever did the art this month.
Buttholes. Lick the
And
butthole.
of course, our announcer,
Poopy poop flaps.
Celebrity Slippers,
Poopy poop hole. Buttholes. Finger butthole. Finger in a butthole. Yo, finger in a butthole.
Hey,
Mayan calendars.
good night, everybody.
Big old butthole Mayan calendar.
What's our announcer's name?
Smith Harrison.
That was excruciating.
That was awesome.
Well, I'll be darned. What an episode that was. Number 40. Woo! Now don't forget to send your emails to grandmasvirginity@gmail.com. Check out the iPhone app in the iStore. And join us on Facebook at www.pigsarepeople.com. Thanks to Krocky Meshkin for Psychic Abilities Beats. Thanks to Ryan Elder for the Kent's Closet theme. And a big thanks to Ben Ward and Natasha Allegri for the episode art. And generic general store thanks to Stephen Chung, Philip Winslow, Winter Coleman, Mary Reese, and Mark Hardy for the remix of Justin's creepy love song. Check it out at the very end of the show. Hop on over and give us a rating on iTunes, baby. Don't be stupid about it. Also, don't forget to check me out, Smith Harrison. I'm your announcer. www.facebook.com/bigvoiceoverfun. Cast me as a voice in your next show, stupid. Then bust out your checkbook, Chester. And I'll see you morons next time with a big, huge, nasty goodbye. Clean up your act.